Welcome to the Foresters pregame show presented by Coastal Copy. On this Independence Day edition, we are joined by the manager for the Foresters, Bill Pintard. Coach, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing good today. It's we don't have to work today. Well, maybe this might be work, but if this is work, I'm living right. I'm doing good. Had a rough one yesterday, and then we lost another one earlier. But we're banged up a little bit. We had to play some guys. We had to give some guys day off. So hopefully we get back on track. You're still going to see some different guys in positions that you haven't seen them all summer. So, but it's a non-league game, and it's a good chance for us to see where guys can play, and so I can get a look at them in those different positions. So, but I'm great. This is our national birthday, right? 4th of July. Yeah, baseball is just part of 4th of July. We got hot dogs and we got tacos here, and we got a great anthem. We got the game sponsored by Lee and Neal, run by Conan Horton, who coached for us. Conan and I also did a clinic together in Cuba years ago. Great baseball guy. He's got a great background. He won 2 national championships with LSU, got to play for the great Skip Bergman. So I'm good.
Well, you talk about some of the position players, Coach. We'll see Muma at first and Caden Miller, so a little bit of a flip-flop with the corners.
Yeah. Muma, we gave him a rest yesterday. We just don't want him. First base, I don't know. I'm still playing him. But we're going to play him over at first base because we lost Kleps, Addison, and we don't know if we're going to get him back. So we're adding another player. And so if Mumau can play first, because the other guy can play third. So if it gives Mumau's arms barking or something like that, then we can keep him over there at first. And I wanted to see Caden at third because I was originally going to give Mumau the day off. But, Mumau has played 73 straight games from college to here.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So anyway, and then we lost Frank Camarillo. We knew he was going to go right at 4th of July. Dallimore is off to college. He's a freshman at TCU, so he had to leave. So he's gone. Also Donovan Orlando, who came in and helped us as a temp and was a really good pitcher for us. He's done. The other guys are just tired, but we're going to be making some changes. We're going to be adding some of the players, and we're also getting Luke Rodriguez, formerly at UCLA, and he'll be joining us Sunday, and probably will pitch here on Sunday. So they come and they go, especially at this time of the year. But we're sorry. Frank Camarillo was a great 2-year stir for us, and pitched in a lot of big games. And then we got a couple of other pitchers that are barking right now. Their arms barking. So Rodriguez will help us.
You talk about the players, some of them just being tired. How's it been playing this stretch now, 8th game in 8 straight days, and you have a couple more tomorrow and then also on Sunday? What do you tell your guys this long stretch?
Well, I told them it's going to be a grind. And if you want to play pro ball, this is your first test of it. But it is a grind. I'm doing great myself personally, but I'm not playing. So I'm just sitting there in the dugout and trying to figure out how to get a run in here once in a while. But it is a grind. I tell them to take care of their body, make sure they're getting sleep and resting and stuff like that. But those 2 days are going to be a great 2 days off coming Monday and Tuesday.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time giving us the State of the Union and play well today.
Well, folks, it's a beautiful day. Why don't you come out and see us? We're playing this ball club here. They've played some of the other CCL teams in the north, and we're glad to see them, and we're glad they're playing here. So come on out and enjoy stuff, and we need you to help us root on the Foresters, all right? So thank you very much
of course.
for having me on, and you have a great 4th of July.
We will. Thank you, Coach. First pitch coming up right after this. Happy Independence Day as we welcome you to Santa Barbara and to the Foresters Network. Today, the Stars will take a break from CCL play as they welcome in the California Tigers for a non-league matchup. I'm Hunter Shoemake alongside Nate Martin, and we welcome you to Eddie Matthews Field. Well, Nate, the Stars have lost 2 straight games, but a great chance today to reset.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Bill Pintard say it in our Coastal Coffee pregame show. 4th of July and baseball just go hand in hand. It's America's pastime, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here at Eddie Matthews Field watching the Stars take on the California Tigers. Yeah, as you mentioned, I think it's a good opportunity for bounce back. 2 really, tough results over the last couple days, including the first time the Stars have been shut out all season yesterday afternoon against the Barons. Play a non-league opponent that you're expecting to, be able to do well against, be able to give some guys some rest, experiment around. That's why you see them throwing a bullpen game today with Josh Heineman starting. So it should be a really exciting game, and I know how much it means to everyone here to be playing on this special day.
And here's the lineup for the California Tigers. Leading off will be Chase Christensen. To bat second, Alec Nava. Batting third, Alon Cuarta Guzman. To bat fourth, Connor Smith. In the 5 spot, Tino Vassell. Batting sixth, Nathan Leffel. To bat seventh, Jimmy Radler. Batting eighth, Josh Woodworth. In the 9 spot, Connor Berkovitz. Jimmy Voorhees will be the starting pitcher for the California Tigers. But you just said, Nate, Josh Heineman in his 6th appearance, but will get his first start here today. Heineman entering with a 3-0 record, an ERA of 2.0, and here is Chase Christensen to bat from the right side. Santa Barbara playing their 23rd game of the season, and off and running, first pitch down, ball 1.
Yeah, Heineman been a really reliable arm out of the pen that you can trust to eat up some innings in the middle of parts of games. He's usually one of the first guys out after the starter.
1-0 to the leadoff man, Chase Christensen. Fly ball, shallow left. Going back is Sawyer Farr. In is Zane Becker out in left field. He's going to make the squeeze. 1 down in the first, and we did say Zane Becker is out in left. We'll take a look at the defense. Becker will be in left. Brenton Clark is in center. Makani Nabarro in right. Caden Miller is at third. Sawyer Farr at short. Terrence Kill at second. Easton Mumaw is at first base. Vince Gambardella back behind the plate. We said yesterday, Nate, some changes in the game yesterday against the Barons, and also some different looks today for Bill Pintard.
Yeah, you didn't really realize how depleted this lineup was until Pintard started to talk about, we lost Mandino, we lost Dallimore, we lost this guy, Klepsch is gone. I mean, there's a lot of guys missing from this team, and see why they feel the need to call in reinforcements. So far, this depleted infield and lineup in general has done a good job, but definitely a good opportunity to continue that good stretch here.
Now, good count for Alec Nava. Bases clear, 1 away is at a 2-0 count. And we did talk with Bill Pintard in the pregame show. Easton Mumaw and Caden Miller, his thoughts on switching those to the 2 corner infielders. There's a 2-0 pitch. Foul back, strike 1. You can always go back and re-listen to the pregame show presented by Coastal Copy. Always good to hear from the manager and also certain players, depending on the day. For the California Tigers, haven't played too many games this summer. They have a 3-2 record entering today. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Heineman, 2-2.
And they're coming off a pretty good win yesterday against the West Coast Dodgers. Really won 17-5. Bats were hot yesterday for the Tigers.
Heineman's ahead in the count. The right-hander now be playing with Southern Illinois. Will fire home a 2-2 pitch in the right field. Long run for Nabarro, and Makani will make the squeeze. Fantastic read by the right fielder. 2 down in the first.
Really nice play by Nabarro out and right. It was not an easy catch to make. It kind of underhand grab and just got under it in time. Nice play by the outfielder. Kind of seen, move around a lot. He's been used a lot as a DH. Saw him in center yesterday. Now one of the corners. Already doing a good job patrolling out there in shallow right.
So a 2 down, base is clear. First pitch swinging for Alon Cuarta Guzman. Strike 1. Josh Heineman, 6th appearance, just his first start this season. You said he's been very reliable out of the bullpen, a 3-0 record. That's fouled off over the third base dugout. Strike 2 on Cuarta Guzman. Another really nice day here in Santa Barbara. Not a cloud in the sky. Low 70s. Fantastic summer day. Now an 0-2 pitch upstairs. High fastball. Ball 1.
Had the pitch to give there. Facing Cuarte Guzman.
Heineman entering today. 9 innings pitched. ERA of 2.0. 1-2 delivery. Well away. 2-2. Remember, Vince Gambardella is behind the plate. Great to see Vince back catching and starting behind the dish for the Sturs.
It's been at least a week since we've last seen him behind there. Currently in the transfer portal from UNLV, looking to prove himself to some colleges out there.
2-2 pitch is foul back. Good battle here between Cuarte Guzman and Heineman.
Cuarte Guzman had a very solid freshman season for the Cosumnes River College. 343 average. Couple home runs. He's got some good pop on him, the tall lefty.
2-2 pitch. Foul back again.
Not going down easy.
Heineman with the open today, the right-hander. Sitting at 6'4", 240. Right-hander working from the first base side of the hill. Another 2-2 pitch. Fly ball in the right. Navarro will slide in once again, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Heineman. No score going to the bottom of the first, and the Forster bats coming up next.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the first inning, no score between the Sturs and the Tigers. Here's the lineup for Santa Barbara. Terrence Kill, the second, will lead off. To bat second, Brenton Clark. In the 3 spot, Easton Mumaw. Batting fourth, Cole Chamberlain. Batting fifth, Sawyer Farr. Batting sixth, Caden Miller. In the 7th spot, Zane Becker. The number 8 hitter will be Vince Gambardella. Makani Navarro will be the 9-hole hitter. But the starting pitcher today for the California Tigers will be Jimmy Voorhees, the right-hander.
Yeah, Voorhees usually is a catcher for them. He's committed to be a catcher at CSU Northridge, but was also a two-way player in high school back in the Bay Area at Pleasant Hill College Park High School. And he was a very, very solid arm for them. Got a lot of work and looking to continue that into the summer. You know, two-way players are always so valuable, and if he can prove himself, might get that opportunity in college in this upcoming fall with CSU Northridge.
And here's the defense for the Tigers. Alec Nava is at third. Tino Vassell is at short. Nathan Lethwell is at second. Alon Cuarta Guzman is at first. Connor Smith does the catching. Connor Berkovitz is out in left. Chase Christensen in center. And Jimmy Radler is out in right for the Tigers. Heineman just had to face the minimum top half of this inning. And Terrence Kill will be coming to the plate, the leadoff man. And I feel like we say it a lot, Nate, but especially today when you look at this lineup for Bill Pintard, 6 lefties along with a switch hitter.
I mean, he's just been so it's really, you know, as we said, it kind of, you know, there's less depth in this lineup now, and you just kind of go with what you got. And that means going with 6 left-handed hitters and a switch. You start off with the righty. Terrence Kill kind of inserted himself into that leadoff spot.
Yes.
With Maddox Mandino's absence.
So here's TK. First pitch will be in the dirt, and Kill hitting .311 entering today with the Foresters after their 2 losses. Now 15-6. Remember, that is unofficial. Still have a game that will be finished tomorrow. Here's a shot in the center, sliding over is Christensen, a long run, but it will fall for a base hit. And Terrence Kill is aboard.
Doing what he's done all season long. Start off the game how he started yesterday with a base leadoff single into the nice spot in the outfield. Hopefully the first of many for the Stars after a quiet day offensively yesterday.
They had some base runners, they had some chances, just could not bring home any runs in the 3-0 loss to the Academy Barons yesterday. But now, here is Brenton Clark. Clark will take a fastball for a strike, and Brenton had the day off yesterday. Well, the key guys that had the day off, Clark, Mumma, Chamberlain, who are batting 2, 3, and 4, were all called on by Bill Pintard to pinch hit in the 8th inning. Brought the big guns in off the bench, but the Stars did come up short. Here's an 0-1. That's away, ball and a strike.
Brent Clark thought he was going to have the off day yesterday, then came in late on to try and kickstart a rally. Good to see him back in the lineup.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Jimmy Voorhees. I'll have to wait and check back to Terrence Kill, and he's got 8 stolen bags on 10 attempts this season.
Definitely gotten, more aggressive as the season's gone on.
If you've been following Forester baseball, they love to be aggressive on the bases. Here comes a 1-1. Terrence Kill will get back.
Voorhees, as a pitcher, had a pretty decorated high school career. College Park High School was one of the best teams in the East Bay. He's one of the best pitchers all in Northern California. Top 10 in that region for WAR.
He will now get ahead on Brenton Clark, 1-2. Clark hitting .362, but the on-base percentage, .531 entering today, and that's understandable why Bill Pintard asked him to lead off the 8th inning. He got an on-base percentage over half the time. But now a strike 2 pitch, upstairs, 2-2.
That's what he's been doing all season, just being patient with his at-bats, waiting for the right one to come for him. Took that fastball high so many times. You see guys in college be tempted by those, but Brenton Clark laid off.
Kill remains at first with Clark at the plate. It's been a very keen look from Voorhees, and Huerta Guzman holds on to him. Crouched over at first base. 2-2. Chopped up the middle. Here comes Leffel. Flips one out to first, and not in time. Clark is able to beat it out. Kill is a force-out victim, but Clark is aboard on a fielder's choice.
That's when speed is so crucial, so often that's a tailor-made double play, but Clark with his acceleration was just able to get there in time, and good job to not go down too quickly. Still have a run around first, now with one down. Wouldn't be surprised to see Brenton Clark take off just to eliminate that double play ball.
Batter's now Easton Mumma. Will take a first pitch ball. And Clark, along with Kill, 2 of the better runners, and you look at this lineup, Kill, Clark, and Farr really stand out in the running game. Between the 3 of them, nearly 30 attempted stolen bases of 83 for Santa Barbara this season. 1-0 pitch is on the outside edge, 1-1.
Mumma was another one of those guys that we mentioned, had the day off. Eventually got called upon in the 8th inning and was able to do some damage, got on to a single.
1-1 pitch on the edge, 1-2. Easton hitting .352, entering the 23rd game of the season. But remember, this is a non-CCL game, so not countable in terms of statistics and overall CCL record. 1-2 pitch is sprayed back, 1-2. So what that means, if a guy goes 3 for 3, 4 for 4, a couple walks, it's not going to count for your CCL stats.
I think this is still a really important game, though, just because, it's the second time this season where you've lost 2 straight. You bounced back last time that happened by winning 4 in a row afterwards, but, it's going to be tough. You got a doubleheader against back-to-back game against the Saints on Saturday and Sunday. This is a must-win game, I feel like, for the Stars to be able to keep this, really solid season on track.
It's now 2-2 for Easton Moomaw. There's some confusion on the count. Plate umpire saying it's 2-1. But Easton Moomaw is going back to the dugout. But that was strike 3, and there's confusion with the count behind the plate. But Moomaw will strike out. Voorhees, his first K, 2 down in the first.
I think the umpire signaled that it was 2-1. I think he lost the count.
Right, but it was 2-2.
It was 2-2, absolutely. And Moomaw,
He knew.
the honor system. That's what they teach you growing up, Hunter.
There goes the runner. Strike 1 on Chamberlain down to second base. And in safely is Brenton Clark. Fantastic running game by Brenton Clark. He has stolen bag number 7. And Cole Chamberlain now an 0-1 count. So the first man in scoring position of the day for the Sturs. Next pitch, high and away, so a 1-1 count for Cole Chamberlain. Again, this 3 straight guys, Clark, Moomaw, and Chamberlain, who given the majority of the day off yesterday. And Chamberlain came in late in the 8th inning with Santa Barbara trailing by 3 runs, trying to get something on the board. But Voorhees will deliver 1-1 pitch to Chamberlain. Ball 2.
And he came into a moment where he was the tying run at the plate and personally struck out as the final out in that inning. It's a tough day offensively, and I know for another runner in scoring position, Chamberlain would bounce back and get back on track.
He's brought home 11 this season. Can he bring home 12? 2-1, strike 2.
A cool moment for Cole recently. Just announced his transfer from Texas to Coastal Carolina, and he said that was because of their record with catcher development. They've done a really good job developing players in his position. He knows the coach there very well because he recruited him previously in high school when he was at Vanderbilt and joined Coastal Carolina. And now he's, heading over there to play for him. He's got a really good relationship with the staff, and Cole's really looking forward to playing out there for a team that just made it to the national championship game.
An exciting upcoming season for Chamberlain. He's at a full count. Clark will be on the move at second. 3-2 pitch is on the ground, right side. Here is Leffel. Terrence Kill was aboard. Brenton Clark will be left stranded on the bases. Chamberlain will ground out. And through 1, scoreless from Santa Barbara.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
No score onto the second inning. Josh Heineman will face the middle 3, Smith, Vassell, and Leffel. In a scoreless ball game on another picture perfect day from Santa Barbara. And here comes Connor Smith, the number 4 batter, to lead off the inning in a scoreless game between the Tigers and the Foresters.
Yeah, Smith definitely one of the standout guys in this Tigers lineup. And yesterday's 17-5 win, he was responsible for 5 of those runs, including a grand slam.
So entering today on fantastic form with the Tigers playing really in the Northern California area. So making their trip down here into Santa Barbara. Leadoff man at a 1-0 count. That's inside ball 2.
This will really be this is really their last game down in Southern California. They'll be back up in the Bay and then heading towards the northern parts, going all the way up to, the Sonoma area and Redding as well.
2-0 pitch, chopped outside of third base, strike 1 on Smith.
Really is, so many great different ball clubs in the summer ball circuit here in California, up and down the coast. A lot of cool old stadiums, of course.
2-1 pitch. Smith will takes ball 3. And when you look at what Josh Heineman has done this season, 7 walks to 9 strikeouts in his 9 innings pitched. Well, now 10 innings pitched on the year. Fell behind 3-1. It's a moonshot into left. Drifting back is Zane Becker. He's going back, and that ball is going deep. Leadoff home run for Connor Smith, and it's the California Tigers to strike first. The leadoff home run from Smith.
Now batting, number 7,
Up until yesterday, the Santa Barbara Foresters had only given up 2 home runs all summer. They've given up 3 in the past 2 days now. Connor Smith, we talked about his pop. He had the grand slam yesterday, and you saw it right there. Tall, powered bat hitting from the right-hand side. The wind's blowing out to left field, and he used all of it.
So the leadoff home run, that's going to bring up Tino Vassell. First pitch on the inside corner by Heineman, strike 1.
That's important for Heineman to come back after giving up that shot. That's the first hit he's allowed in 2 weeks. It's the worst type of hit to allow.
But he quickly gets himself ahead of Vassell, 0-2. Josh Heineman, 0-2 pitch. Miss away. Ball 1.
Sal college high school teammates with the pitcher Voorhees at College Park High School in the East Bay. They're only committed to USF.
1-2 pitch in the air to left. Zane Becker will be able to play this one in the middle of the grass. 1 down in the second. Of all the outs Heineman has recorded, all of them flyouts in the outfield so far.
An easy play out there in left field. Brings up Leffel. Another College Park High School guy.
With a run in, 1 down, here is Nathan Leffel. Bats from the left side with the bases clear. First pitch missing upstairs, the fastball. 1-0. Nice crowd has filled in here on July 4th, 2025. 1-0 pitch down in the dirt for ball 2.
Gambardella, some really good defense. Whenever he plays behind the dish, and you saw it right there, slide to block that one from going to the backstop.
And you just noted, Nate, the wind's out to left, a little bit oscillating now into right center field, more the prevailing breeze, but Hyman falls behind 2-0 to Nathan Leffel. Fouled back in the glove, strike 1.
Leffel, two-way guy at Los Medanos College. Might have been an even better pitcher than he was a batter. A 1.44 ERA, 77 strikeouts, 6-1 record.
2-1 pitch, strike 2, chasing the high heat. 2-2. Fall Leffel will be Jimmy Radler. Base is clear. 2-2 pitch from Heineman. Full count.
Inside. On the umpire giving some interaction to the crowd right there. Gives him a little shrug.
Heineman has got himself back in the count. 3-2 delivery to Leffel. In the air to left, foul ground, a chance for Miller, and it's a long run, but will fall in foul territory, so it remains 3-2.
Miller, mainly he's listed as a first baseman and an outfielder. But he's getting some run over at the hot corner, and that's a tough position to play defensively. And East of Muma obviously set the standards pretty high at that position throughout the season. They traded spots where Muma currently stands in first.
Another 3-2 pitch. Here's a shot in the right, a line drive, and that ball is right at the base of the fence. Navarro will play it off of it, and going into second standing is Nathan Leffel, a one-out double from the number 6 batter.
Just absolutely tanked again. It's now 2 times this inning where Tigers hitters have found the right part of the barrel and great contact on a ball off bat.
So this inning started off with the home run by Connor Smith, a flyout, and then the double in the right by Leffel. It's going to bring up the number 7 batter, Jimmy Radler. Already a run in for the Tigers. Looking to add on in the second inning. First pitch from Heineman is going to miss for ball 1.
Radler had a good day yesterday as well. He went 2 for 4 with a couple RBIs. Got a runner in scoring position here.
Heineman must now work around this double with 1 down. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Jimmy Radler. In the air to right and slicing foul and into the Forster bullpen. 1-1. We did mention more of a bullpen day today with Heineman starting off this game. Told Zeke Adderley, JD Goodcase, Tyler Fino available today later on in this ball game. But right now it's all about Josh Heineman. With 1 on, 1 out, and 1 run in. Remains a ball and strike for Jimmy Radler.
Yeah, but I mean, these are some guys out of the bullpen who've proven they can get longer appearances. Josh Heineman's had a couple. Had that 3-inning game to start his season. He's 2 1/3. Well, Fino's gone 3 innings. And, you know, stuff like that, you can see why he's able to go longer distances as a reliever. Great. Strike 2 on Jimmy Radler.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the right fielder today for the California Tigers. Nathan Leffel remains at second, 1 down. Check back over to him, and the throw gets away into center field. Runner will hold.
Just couldn't get up in time. Leffel was hugging that base. I don't think he realized the ball got past Terrence Kill at second.
Terrence Kill for the second time in 2 days, starting at second base, and for the third time in 4 games, starting at second. And we've talked about, Bill Pintard did in the pregame show, Stur's currently banged up quite a bit, a little bit depleted. Comes a 1-2 now to Radler. This is inside, 2-2.
Good pitch. Heineman just missed that one inside. Surprised if he goes with the breaking ball again.
Josh Woodworth stands on deck. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Heineman. And off the end of the bat, here comes Josh. He's going to field it himself. Fires it over to first. Runner holds at second, 2 down.
Interesting decision by Leffel to hold there at second. I've been taking some big leads at second. He obviously feels like he can keep things at least honest and maybe potentially go to third on a stolen base or a fly ball. But that time holds up, actually, and with 2 down, a bit more pressure on the Tigers to score that run.
This inning started off with a leadoff home run by Connor Smith. But the batter is now Josh Woodworth. 2 down, man at second. First pitch in the dirt, good cover by Vince. Ball 1.
Now that's when those defensive plays from catchers like Gambardella become so much more crucial with the runners on.
By the way, that 1-3 ground out by Radler was the first man retired, not via a fly ball. First time the ball was batted on the infield. Comes a 1-0 pitch now to Woodworth. A shot in the left, hard hit, and going back is Becker, but that ball is going to be toppling over the fence. He will go down to second, and Woodworth is going to bring home Leffel on an automatic double. Bounced right in front of the 375 marker and bounded over, hit the coping, and it is now 2-0 Tigers.
Barreled up yet again. That was another hard hit ball. This Tigers just finding good spots on their bats here in the second inning.
Three hits, all good for extra bases to bring up the number 9 batter, Connor Berkovitz. First pitch swinging, fouls it back into the fence. Strike 1. So 2 runs now in for the California Tigers. And Santa Barbara going to have to test the resolve once again. Went down early against Orange County 2 days ago. Went down MLB yesterday. The Academy Barons were shut out. Find themselves now trailing by 2. Good pitch from Heineman. He's ahead now 0-2 on Berkovitz.
Just find the zone. That's so crucial on these at-bats. And now you're able to go to more stuff outside of his zone that it's going to have a harder time being barreled. Try and get the chase.
Time called by Berkovitz. Heineman looks to get out of this inning right here. 0-2 pitch, misses upstairs. Ball 1. Three hard hit balls, a home run, and 2 doubles for the Tigers in this second inning. Heineman will fire home a 1-2 pitch to Berkovitz. Well high, 2-2.
Went to the breaking ball, 2 pitches in a row, both of them missing high. Come back here with a fastball if I was Josh.
Josh Woodworth at second base. For the rule book double. Brought home the second run of this inning. Now the 2-2 to Berkovitz. Will strike him out. Side is retired, but the damage done by the California Tigers. They will take a 2-0 lead to the last of the second.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Now into the bottom of the second inning, Sawyer Farr, Caden Miller, Zane Becker scheduled for the Sturs. That is 5, 6, and 7, but the California Tigers putting up 2 runs in the top half of this inning, and the Sturs, some work to do.
Yeah, I mean, falling behind early, but it's better to fall behind early than it is late. Bats can get hot. Crucial thing is, though, you got to be able to score runs and not leave guys on extra bases, scoring position.
First pitch right back to Jimmy Voorhees. Hard hit, but a fantastic grab by the starting pitcher. 1 down in the second.
Now batting, number 4, Caden Miller.
I mean, what a play by Voorhees, flashing the two-way capabilities. He's usually a catcher. He's not even used to getting balls hit back at him that fast in that amount of time right there.
Strike 1 now on Caden Miller. So with the bases clear, 1 away, Miller. Another man to hit from the left side, the third baseman today for Bill Pintard. The 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner. He will quickly fall behind 0-2. Easton Mumma that finds himself at first base defensively, but the 0-2 pitch is fouled back. Miller stays alive.
Yeah, Miller, pretty high up in the order yesterday. Had a solid performance. First multi-hit game as a Stur.
0-2 pitch away, ball 1.
Carry over that momentum and start something here for the Sturs, who, so often this season, whenever one team puts runs on the board, they can answer back in a hurry.
Right side, here was Cuarta Guzman, fields it himself, 2 down in the second. So Miller will be retired, and talking about where he's batting yesterday, batting second. Nice bunt single on the right side of the infield, and also base hit in the right. So Miller starting to find his batting. It's going to bring him Zane Becker, 2 down, bases clear. Sturs trailing by 2 runs. Becker is going to take upstairs. 1-0.
That one almost acted as kind of a pseudo bunt in itself. It was lightly tapped down the right field
right.
line.
1-0 inside for ball 2, and a good count for Zane, who yesterday again continuing to find ways to get on base. Had 2 walks yesterday. 2-0. That's on the outside edge. 2 balls and a strike. Jimmy Voorhees working quick. 2-1 delivery. Upstairs for ball 3. Sturs started off this ball game with a base hit by Terrence Kill. 3-1 pitch is going to miss inside, and Zane Becker once again working walks, coming with 2 down in the second.
Yeah, had 2 yesterday, and just like that, another. Becker just gets on base so well. He reads the pitches really well out of the arm.
Now batting, number 8.
Got to think that partially has to do with him being, a catcher primarily. He's able to see the ball better from a pitcher's perspective, and yeah, showing it right there.
That's now going to bring up Vince Gambardella. 1 on, 2 down. Vince will take ball 1. It skips away from Smith. Down to second is Zane Becker. Becker now in the scoring position on the wild pitch. But for Vince Gambardella, his last plate appearance was on June 20th. And 1 for 2. Even though this won't technically go into the official CCL stats, a great chance for Vince to get some live ABs. And of course, he's already seen some great defensive work behind the plate today. They'll take there, and it's now 2-0 with Zane Becker advancing to second on the wild pitch, and a chance for Santa Barbara to plate their first run if Gambardella can put something in play to score Zane. Voorhees fires home a 2-0 pitch to Gambardella. Fouled off, strike one.
And Gambardella's been really effective whenever he has been playing, 300 average, a 611 OBP.
Yes. Early on the season, he's able to get on with such frequency. Remarkable to watch. It's now 2-1. Strike two.
Big cut right there, though.
And you look back to the game against the Barons, of course, the Academy was here yesterday, and that was really the Vince Gambardella get on base day. Got on base on every single time he stood in 7 plate appearances. Here's a 2-2 down the left field line. That ball is fair into the corner. Becker scores with ease, and Gambardella digs his way into second base. 2-1 ball game in the second.
Now batting, number 7, McCarthy.
It's like he hasn't taken a day off, Hunter. 14 days since his last game, last plate appearance. And he does that, sends it into the opposite field, left field line. Big return for the hometown kid.
And that reignites the park and also the first base dugout to bring up Makani Nabarro. 2 down, a run in, and a man at second. Strike one on Makani.
I think you just hear how happy the dugout was for Gambardella. You know how much that hit means for him, for someone who hasn't been in a while, as we mentioned. It's always great to see as a teammate for a guy like that to be able to get an ignition and sort of light a fire under you.
Here comes no one pitch to Makani Nabarro. That's down, good cover by Smith. And by the way, that run batted in by Vince Gambardella is brought to us by our friends at Gold's Gym. Gold's has a couple locations in Santa Barbara where the Sturs train to win.
And it really isn't the dugout. It's mainly the bullpen that's getting noisy. All of them
lined up on the rail.
Seen that too much this season, if I'm being honest.
Comes a 1-1 Nabarro. That is down ball 2.
Good unity, and just makes it more fun for everyone involved to have a rowdy section like that cheering you on.
Especially, too, with Vince catching a lot of the bullpens, too. Especially, he hasn't been seen as much playing time in the games and getting to know all the pitchers down in the pen. 2-1 now, Nabarro. That's away. Ball 3. Top of the order is on deck.
And Terrence Kill, you know how much he loves having base runners on.
You've never seen the bullpen like this. All of them lined up on this railing.
Some of them like kind of sitting on it.
3-1 pitch. Towering fly ball into right, drifting over is Radler. He's going to have enough real estate. Makes the squeeze in fair ground. A few paces in front of the right field fence. But Vince Gambardella, RBI double, and it's a 2-1 ball game. On to the third.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
In the third inning, Josh Heineman remains in the ball game. He'll face the top three, Christensen, Nava, and Cuarta Guzman. But it's now a 2-1 ball game, 2 runs in the second for the Tigers. Santa Barbara respond with a run of their own. We'll see how long Josh Heineman will go in this game. We do see action down in the Forster pen.
Yeah, I think the big thing was, though, you answered back right away. Even though you weren't able to, tie the game or maybe take the lead, you were still able to get a run on the board and keep things close, keep the Tigers honest and on their toes, and now it's crucial for Josh Heineman heading into his third inning. He's able to shut things down, get some quick outs. He did a really good job of that at times, after letting – he did a really good job of that in the first inning where he got the top 3 out, and he's going to face them again, Chase, Nava, and Cuarta Guzman.
Comes the first pitch to Christensen. It's going to miss inside ball 1.
Christensen, another guy with two-way capabilities. Really a trend on this Tigers team that's a little lighter in size, but makes up for it in positional versatility.
And quickly, Christensen, who's 0 for 1, a fly out to left, is ahead 2-0. There's been 3 hits from the Tigers, all good for extra bases. 2-0 pitch to Christensen. That is down for ball 3. Can Heineman battle back? Sixth appearance of the season for Josh. 3-0 delivery to Christensen. Well high. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch leadoff walk for the Tigers.
Well high indeed, and Bill Pintard going to come out of the dugout to have a word with Heineman. That is it's a pitch that really got away from Josh.
And we're currently warming up for Santa Barbara, Zeke Adderley. Adderley, Goodcase, Fino, the men available today. Alec Nava coming to the plate for the Tigers.
I think just for the fact that, you only really have 4 hot arms to even last you the entire game, I think you have to kind of trust Heineman to stay in here. Pintard, and he's also a guy that Pintard really trusts. This is his second summer having Josh here in Santa Barbara. Popular guy on the team, and I definitely think you got to trust Josh to be able to get these outs.
Heineman played with the Foresters in the 2023 campaign, not here last season. But the Arkansas native will stay in this ball game. The trust from his manager. After the 4-pitch leadoff walk to Chase Christensen, it's going to bring up Alec Nava. 1 on, nobody out. 2-1 Tigers lead. First pitch on the outside edge, strike 1.
Go with a breaking ball after 4 straight balls. Face the new batter. Some guts from Heineman.
Easton Mumaw holds on to the runner, who has amassed a pretty big lead at first. 0-1 pitch. He's going to miss down, not by much, 1-1. Remember the defensive changes today. Caden Miller is at third, Mumaw first. And Zane Becker gets a look in the outfield and left. Nabarro out and right. Good pickoff move, but in safely is Christensen.
Some good speed as well. Christensen had a few stolen bases the spring.
One pitch. That is down. Nava is ahead in the count after flying out to right today. And kind of said a familiar trend early in this game is either you're picking up a hit or a fly out into the outfield. Just one ground out so far. Can Josh find a ground ball? Some good defense behind him. Another check to Christensen. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Josh Heineman. Popped up, shallow right. Nabarro's going to move in. Back goes Kill, and it's going to be McConney to make the play. One down in the third.
Definitely thought about maybe throwing it over to first, but decided not to risk that one getting away from him. Good out one. Good bounce back at bat for Heineman.
Nava retired in the right for the second time today, and that's going to bring up Alan Cuarta Guzman. To bat from the left side. A ground ball to end this inning for Heineman. One on, one away. And the first baseman 0 for 1 today. There goes the runner. It's going to miss inside for a ball. It's a low throw, but well in time, and they got him caught stealing a rocket from Vince Gambardella, and Sawyer Farr had time to adjust. 2 down in the third. And once again, the bullpen loving it from their catcher, Vince Gambardella.
And there he is, their catcher. That is a guy who's been in there every day, waiting for his time to finally get in a game, and he's making the most of it.
That's going to hit the batter. Cuarta Guzman is aboard on a hit by pitch, coming with 2 down in the third.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
But the release time there from Gambardella to get out of the glove, and a laser over to Sawyer Farr. Make an easy play at Christensen to catch him stealing, but that's going to bring Connor Smith in a center field. It's going to stay in the yard this time, had a home run in the last, and there is Brenton Clark to retire the side. A couple base runners by Josh Heineman, but some good defense from Gambardella and company. Through 2.5. Tigers by 1.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
It is a 2-1 ball game. Bottom of the third, Terrence Kill, Brenton Clark, Easton Muma will be scheduled for Santa Barbara. Last inning. Able to plate the first run of the ball game, courtesy of Vince Gambardella. Double down the left field line to score Zane Becker, but here's Terrence Kill, who already has a hit today.
Yeah, I had that single to start the first, and I know after seeing, the energy that his teammates gave to Gambardella and Becker for getting on and scoring that run, I mean, hard to think the momentum's not with Santa Barbara right now.
Jimmy Voorhees remains in this game. This one's in the hole. Tough play for Vassell, and in time. What a play by the shortstop, Tino Vassell, into the hole on the backhand. And Terrence Kill will be retired. One away in the third.
That's not an easy play to make, Terrence Kill. He took off, made it a play, but all credit to the Cal Tigers shortstop, Tino Vassell. I mean, backhand grab and hurls it over to first in time. Great job by the shortstop.
So one away, here's Brenton Clark. Voorhees will paint the outside corner, strike one. Clark is 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice in the opening inning and stole a bag. 0-1 pitch. Located more over the plate that time, nothing in 2. Voorhees working with a quick tempo. 0-2 pitch to Brenton, well away, ball 1. And even though this is a non-CCL game, Santa Barbara, when you look at the Southern Division, 15-6. Still have a couple game edge over Conejo. 1-2 delivery into center field, and it will fall for a base hit. A 1-out knock for Brenton. He has his first hit, and he's going down to second. Some aggressive base running, stretching it for 2.
Got that read, seeing that, the center fielder, Chase Christensen, was kind of being a little lackadaisical out there, taking his time fielding the ball, and he took advantage, got on his high horse, took off for second. By the time the throw came in, it wasn't even close to getting him out. A nice read by Brenton Clark on the base path and turning what was a pretty easy single into a heads-up double.
And it will go down as a double for Brenton Clark. So the Stars have base runner in scoring position with 1 down. Muma's going to bunt right side. Here comes the pitcher in the foot race, able to slap the tag on him. So Jimmy Voorhees fields it, able to get the tag on Muma, which advances Clark to third. But now 2 down in the inning.
Batting number 8, Cole Chamberlain.
Yeah, I mean, it was a sacrifice bunt, but it nearly was an infield single. I mean, he almost, both of them covered for it, and no one was at first, and Muma nearly got there in time.
So a 2 down and the man at third. Here's Chamberlain. Tying run 90 feet away. Cole has a ground out to second today. Stars got their first run in the last inning. Comes a 1-0 pitch now to Chamberlain. That's fouled back. 1-1.
Testing the tape we put down to hold the tripod of his camera right back towards us.
Chamberlain serving as the DH today. Of course, Vince Gambardella, as we have mentioned, doing the catching. 2 down, man at third. 1-1 pitch from Voorhees, well away, ball 2.
Chamberlain, patient here, waiting for the right pitch. He's just got to get ahead, knock somehow, tie the game.
Infield straight away, double play depth. Just looking for a ground ball to get out of this inning as Jimmy Voorhees. 2-1 delivery. Skied and over the third base dugout, strike 2. Should Cole reach? Sawyer Farr stands on deck. Can Santa Barbara tie this game? Comes a 2-2 pitch to Chamberlain. Just stays alive.
Really had to reach to get that one. Good job by Sawyer to reach down and get it. Excuse me, Cole, and keep the back going.
Brenton Clark, who had the stretch double with one down, is at third. 2-2 pitch to Chamberlain is away, full count. The importance of this game, Santa Barbara will finish the game against Arroyo Seco tomorrow, the 4:30 start time, and then the regularly scheduled game at 6 o'clock. So they're playing a game and 2 innings change, currently trailing in that game that got postponed, should say suspended. Now the 3-2 pitch strikes him out. Chamberlain chasing the high fastball, and Brenton Clark had the 1-out double, but is left stranded on the bases through 3. Tigers lead 2-1 over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Now into the 4th inning. Santa Barbara trailing by a run to the California Tigers. Josh Heineman remains in this ball game with 5, 6, and 7 scheduled for the Tigers. Vassell, Leffel, and Raylor.
Did a good job getting out of that last inning after allowing a couple base runners. He quickly bounced back. Obviously the runner out on the caught stealing and pressing his defense to make plays. He's gotten a few pop-outs in the outfield.
Comes the first pitch to Vassell. That's going to be missing away for ball 1. It is worth noting Zeke Adderley has been tossing for quite some time down that right field bullpen. I believe it was the 2nd inning when he started tossing. And
that 2nd inning was also, where Heineman gave up 3 hard hit balls.
That's high and tight for ball 2 for Vassell.
He definitely settled in that last inning a little bit better, Did give up the walk and the hit by pitch, but other than that, looks pretty solid. And as I said, you got to be able to stretch your arms as long as they can go here, and that's what Bill Pintard is doing.
Also, J.D. Goodcase now throwing for Santa Barbara, but it's now 2-0 for the leadoff man. That's going to miss down for ball 3. Remember, it was a 4-pitch leadoff walk, which began the 3rd inning with Chase Christensen, and Vassell finds himself ahead 3 balls and no strikes on Heineman. That's down the middle, strike 1.
That's a good feeling, it's in the back of your head that, oh my goodness, I've already given up 1 4-pitch walk to start an inning. Find the zone there, 3-1, you're back in it just like that.
3-1 pitch from Heineman is down for ball 4. And for the 2nd straight inning, a leadoff walk to start off the frame for the California Tigers.
It's time for the beer batter. A strikeout here will earn each adult fan a coupon for beer served at Old King.
So the leadoff man aboard, and that's going to bring up Nathan Leffel. Had a 1-out double in the right. And you said the 3 hard hit balls, those are all 3 hits. The home run and 2 doubles. But remember, after the leadoff walk in the last inning, the runner was caught stealing after a laser from Vince Gambardella, the catcher. On the ground, outside of first base, just barely for Nathan Leffel. Strike 1.
Yeah, timed up that breaking ball really well. Not well enough. It just went foul. If that stayed fair, I was extra bases, probably drifting all the way to the wall if Nabarro's not able to cut it off.
Vassell at first, nobody out, 2-1 game. Strike 2 on Nathan Leffel.
Leffel's chasing a couple pitches low. Zone, that's something you got to thinking about here if you're maybe go with the changeup to the lefty here on the 1-2. 0-2, excuse me.
No balls and 2 strikes to the number 6 batter. Have to wait. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, right side and into right field for a base hit. Leffel will continue the inning with nobody out. Vassell to second. And Nathan Leffel is now 2 for 2, a double and a single to bring up Jimmy Radler.
Yeah, that one almost went off the head of Tino Vassell. To get out of the way, not get hit, and just like that, 2 on, nobody out, and quick word between the third base coach and Jimmy Radler. 2 on, nobody down. This is a big moment here for both teams.
And with Josh Woodward, the DH, on deck. Had the rule book double back in the second. That conversation will Radler sacrifice here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think this could easily be a bunt.
The corners are pinched in for Santa Barbara. Radler grounded back out to the hill, 1-3 in the second inning. His second look at Josh Heineman. With nobody out, 2 on. 2-1 lead for the Tigers, top of the 4th. Now time being called by the batter. Heineman had that long look over to Sawyer Farr and Tino Vassell.
Farr was ready to cover.
Comes the first pitch, missing inside, and Radler not showing any bunt. It's ball 1. And a huge opportunity for the California Tigers. A non-CCL team playing in their 6th game this season, 3-2 record. Had some big victories, able to put up a lot of runs, and now checking over to the man at second in safely with Farr covering.
I think I noticed, it's a good away section as well for the Tigers. They have a solid chunk of fans here at this game, far away from where they usually play in Northern California.
Still just 1 pitch to Jimmy Radler. Comes a 1-0 pitch. That bends its way in, 1-1.
Nasty pitch. Radler thought I was going to ping him and instead just finds his own. Good way to come back in the count from Heineman.
Good curveball from Josh, 1-1. Vassell at second, Nathan Leffel up first. 1-1 pitch, big swing and miss. 2 down and check down to second base. Throw was a little bit wide in safely as Vassell, means 1-2.
I like that from Gambardella, though, to Vassell tighten in. That ball was blown away, and Vassell was kind of thinking maybe it'd go in the dirt and he'd take off, but Gambardella kept him close.
Now the 1-2 pitch to Jimmy Radler from Heineman. A drive into left center field from second. Vassell will score with ease. It is scooped up by Clark. And it's going to be first and third. It gets away from far and advancing down to second is Radler and is now a 3-1 Tigers lead.
If you could pick up the firework that we just heard, but Tigers bats certainly exploding here this afternoon. That's now 4 balls that just find the gap and they're able to go for extra bases. Tigers heating up here in Santa Barbara.
Here comes Bill Pintard. There have been 2 men warming up. Well, that's going to do it for Josh Heineman. It was a leadoff walk, 2 hits. California Tigers induce a pitching change. Heineman's day complete. They lead 3-1. Second and third, nobody out. And a new arm coming in for Santa Barbara. It is J.D. Goodcase onto the hill for the Sturs. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. Pitching change in the top of the 4th inning. A run in, 2 men on, nobody out. J.D. Goodcase will be called upon by Scott Murray and Bill Pintard, and just pitched a couple days ago, Nate, against OC.
Yeah, he went 3 1/3, so it's not just that he pitched a couple days ago. He pitched for a good amount of time, and, it was a pretty decent day. He was the first man out of the pen after, a tough inning from Drew Rarick where he gave up a few runs, and he kind of shut things down at a couple good strikeout innings, but eventually got taken out in the 5th after giving up back-to-back hits. Good day in general, and carry that over here. A tough situation of 2 on in scoring position.
That first pitch to Josh Woodworth. Quality pitch for a strike. And by the way, for Jimmy Radler, it's going to go down as a single and then advancing on E8 to second. So that is how he got down to second. Leffel was at first, over to third on the RBI single by Jimmy Radler. Comes an 0-1 pitch now to Woodworth. That is down 1-1. A big chance for the Tigers. Put up 2 runs in the second. Santa Barbara did respond with a run of their own. But with nobody out and 2 in scoring position, Woodworth already has a hard hit double today. And now ahead 2-1.
Goodcase came into a similar situation a couple days ago where he had multiple runners on, nobody out, and he gave up a walk. But shut things down after then, got a double play, and then forced a line out to just limit the damage to 1.
2-1 pitch. Off the end of that, 2-2. And Woodworth, his double scampered over the left center field fence, brought home Nathan Leffel, who had a double of his own. Leffel is at third, he's 2 for 2 today. But now good case, 2-2 pitch, down in the dirt. Great cover by Gambardella, full count.
Pitch to give here. I would not be surprised, though. Infield hit. They were to go home.
Count is full. Second and third, nobody out. Infield playing in. Comes a 3-2 pitch. Josh Woodworth. Off the end of the bat. Stays alive. In a big spot for JD Goodcase. First man called upon. Pitching staff that is not at full strength currently. And we heard Bill Pintard talk about, especially with the position players, didn't really touch on the pitchers, but not a lot of depth currently for the Santa Barbara pitching staff. Some injuries, some guys unavailable. 3-2 pitch, upstairs, ball 4, and the first 4 men of this inning have all reached base. Tigers have now surrounded JD, but nobody out in the 4th.
That's exactly how Goodcase came into the game. That's how he started his outing on Wednesday, and he was still able to shut things down. So I'm not too worried here. Goodcase just needed a batter to settle in, perhaps.
It's the number 9 hitter, Connor Berkovitz. 1 run in, bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch upstairs, ball 1, and Berkovitz, a strikeout victim today. And you face Josh Hyman. By the way, Josh going 3+, 5 hits, responsible for 2 of the runners. He walked 2 and struck out 1. 1-0 pitch from JD. Inside for ball 2.
Have to find the zone here, 2-0. You don't want to fall behind. 3-0.
Top of the order on deck in the form of Chase Christensen. 2-0 pitch is located, 2-1.
You had to attack, and that's what he did. Fastball low in the zone.
Level at third. Radler at second. Woodworth at first. 2-1 pitch to Berkovitz. Have to wait. Radler flopped in head first back into second. No one was holding on to him.
And no one was holding on for him. That's a good thing Goodcase didn't throw it, because that would have been heading into the outfield, scoring a run.
Two-one pitch from JD Goodcase to Berkovitz. Down and just past Gambardella, holding at third base is Leffel. Did not get far enough, and Vince did just enough.
It's a couple times now where usually you see runners go, the Tigers have held them.
Count is now 3-1 for Berkovitz. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. Nobody out. The number 9 batter calling time. We said earlier in this inning, but the first 4 men have all reached base. What a chance for the Tigers to put up a crooked number, already 1 run in. And a 3-1 chance. 3-1 pitch to Berkovitz. On the ground, left side, and they're going home. 1 out at the plate to get the force out. Berkovitz will reach on a fielder's choice. And Leffel will be a force out victim for the big first out, and the bases remain loaded.
But you get that out, and that's the crucial thing, man. I mean, no other option. It was just lightly tapped over to third, and it just had to go. And now it's just as tough with the top of the order coming around.
But now a ground ball to try to get out of this inning. If you're able to turn 2, is Chase Christensen. We'll take a first pitch ball. 0 for 1 with a walk today. It was thrown out at second by Gambardella in that 3rd inning, just the last inning. Radler at 3rd, Woodworth at 2nd, Berkovitz now at 1st after the fielder's choice. Knotted up there, 1-1.
Good case attack and still. Since he just went around, a good result on that 1-0 pitch.
1-1 into center field and caught by Terrence Kill. They're going to double him up at 2nd, and there's a double play for Santa Barbara. And J.D. Goodcase yet again comes into a situation with multiple base runners in scoring position, bases loaded, and limits the damage. Only a single run in for the Tigers. What an effort from J.D. and the infield.
What an effort indeed, and what a play by Terrence Gill. Adjusting to second base pretty well, I'd say, Hunter.
They're 3.5. Tigers lead 3-1 over the Sturs.
If you look to participate in Funny's Foot Race at the top of the 5th inning, head over.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Sawyer Farr will lead off for Santa Barbara. Squares around to bunt as Jimmy Voorhees remains in this ball game. It is 5, 6, and 7. Farr, Miller, Becker after J.D. Goodcase. Nate does it again.
J.D. Goodcase, I mean, just came into as tough of a situation you can come into. 2 on in scoring position, nobody out, and then you walk the first bat in your face and you don't allow any run, only one more run to come across the plate. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic.
Ball and strike for Sawyer Farr, who had a line out right back to the starting pitcher, Jimmy Voorhees. Here's a 1-1. That's away on a changeup, 2-1. Santa Barbara scored their lone run in this 3-1 affair back in the 2nd. Vince Gambardella brought home Zane Becker. Here's a 2-1. It's upstairs, ball 3. Sawyer Farr leading off for the 2nd time today. Sees a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count. It was these exact 3 that were able to find a run in the 2nd inning. Just a 2-run ball game after some fantastic defense. Now a 3-2. Check swing and ball 4. A leadoff walk for Farr. He is aboard.
Exactly what you're supposed to do there, Sawyer Farr, getting on.
Now batting, number 4.
Leadoff walk, brings up Caden Miller. Gotta get some runs here.
So Caden Miller will stand in for the 2nd time. just in the bottom of the fourth, but does represent the tying run at the plate. First pitch is going to miss inside for ball one, and Farr this season, one of the better runners. We were mentioning it earlier. Kill, Clark, and Farr, really the trio that Bill Pintard has used, and also Easton Ruley, who's not in the starting lineup today. The four men that have been really used in the running game this season. 1-0 pitch is on the edge, and maybe a chance at first. In safely, just barely as far. It's 1-1 from Miller.
Using that 6'4" frame to Superman dive back into first base. I mean, he really had to use all of his body to stretch back in there and be back in time.
And a good read by Connor Smith, the catcher, even just to see that opening, but will Farr take off. Here's a 1-1. A deep shot into right, and Caden Miller has tied us. 3-3 in the fourth.
What an answer from Caden Miller. No doubt he knew right away that one was leaving. Watched it soar over the head of the right fielder, Radler, and just like that, Hunter, we are tied up. We said expect fireworks on the 4th of July, and 2 home runs so far. Boy, are these two teams delivering.
First pitch missed to Zane Becker, and here comes a visit now for Jimmy Voorhees. And once again, the bullpen.
We haven't seen this energetic
No.
all day.
Gives the salute to Caden Miller. Just presented the helmet. An ovation down to the bullpen. Everyone on their feet. And we've never seen the bullpen like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a nice expected surprise, and I'm liking the energy they're bringing. I mean, not only cheering for, at first it was just for Gambardella, right? That makes sense. That's their bullpen guy, but Caden Miller's a newer player on the team, and to show up for him in that situation, a really big moment to tie the game. I mean, it's really cool from the bullpen.
Here's a 1-1. Becker was knotted up, able to lay off of it. It's now 2-1. So if we look back to the top half of this inning, the first 4 men all reached base cleanly. It was 2 walks and 2 hits. Here's a 2-1. Strike 2, and the walk and then the home run. Nobody out in this inning, and a 2-2 count for Becker.
And arm warming up in the bullpen right now for the Tigers.
Up the middle, hard hit, base hit. Make it 3 straight men for Santa Barbara reaching base, and Becker is aboard for the second time, a walk, and now a base hit in the center.
The bats waking up here for Santa Barbara, 3 straight on, and one of the favorites here at the ballpark, Gambardella, to the plate, already has a double today.
Jimmy Voorhees hasn't run into too much traffic behind him today. A couple singles sprinkled in the first 3 innings. Big swing and a miss from Vince on first pitch.
The bullpen, I mean, it's out of your picture right now, but they are holding up their 10
They're easy
above
up,
their head. It is behind the sky.
Man on, nobody out. 0-1 pitch is going to find the outside edge. Strike 2 on Gambardella. And you have to love that. I mean, the past couple weeks, Gambardella's just been catching all those guys down in the bullpen, and the support they're showing him. Unbelievable. Here comes a strike 2 pitch to Vince. Ball 1.
Keeping his focus. Dalla looking to continue this inning and getting some more base runners on.
Still nobody out. 1-2 pitch is away. Good take. 2-2.
Couple pitches blown away. That is not what Gambardella was looking for, and Voorhees going to have to change it up here.
2 runs in. Tied game. Comes a 2-2 to Vince. Chopped right side. Here is Leffel. Tough play. Going to second. 1 out and no throw to first. Vince will reach on a fielder's choice, but now one down in the fourth.
Now batting, number 7, McConaughey.
Yeah, but you still got a base runner on. I mean, Gambardella's got good speed, and throw didn't even come from a man at second. Base runner on with just one down. There's still a lot of baseball left in this inning, Hunter.
Here's McConaughey Nabarro. As a fly out to right today. Big swing, strike one.
But that fly out was just a couple, maybe an unlucky wind gust away from being a home run.
Jimmy Voorhees just recorded out number 1. 0-1 pitch. Big swing from Nabarro again. He's quickly behind 0-2. Gambardella does have one stolen base this season. But now the 0-2 pitch. Shot into center, middle of center field, and making the catch is Christensen. Just had to trickle a few steps back. 2 down in the fourth.
Every time McConaughey Nabarro puts bat to ball, it looks so good. He just has this ability to just get barrels, and times they just go straight to the outfield, and you just feel so bad for him because that's a really well-struck baseball.
So now a 2 down. Gambardella at first. 2 runs in thanks to Caden Miller's 2-run homer. Terrence Kill will stand in a tied game in the 4th inning. There goes Vince. First pitch is missing upstairs. Gambardella will slide in safely. Some style points as well. He's into scoring position.
And the bullpen loving that one. Gambardella showing all of his tools here this afternoon.
So the first pitch missed to TK. He's 1 for 2, a base hit to center, ground out to short. Remember, J.D. Goodcase, what he did in the top half of this inning to limit the damage and keep it a 3-1 lead. Next pitch will find the corner 1-1, and if J.D. didn't do that, you never know what would happen in this inning. Of course, now the leadoff walk and the home run from Miller, tied game, but all this really started with J.D., what he did.
I would also say it's partially because of Terrence Kill's defensive play to end the inning.
Yes. 1-1. And the dirt good pick by Smith, ball 2.
I mean, what a play it was to go back to it. I mean, he hopped up full extension, a position he's not been used to. I mean, he said he hasn't played in the middle of the infield since the fall of A&M, and he's adjusted. It's like riding a bike this week.
It's now 2-1 for Terrence Kill. Now that's going to miss high, ball 3 if he's able to reach. Brenton Clark is on deck. There was a man warming up for the California Tigers. No one currently tossing as Voorhees will look to go into the 5th inning, a tied game, but Terrence Kill trying to tack on at least one more run. Here comes a 3-1. High fly ball into center. Camping out under it is Christensen, staying in the yard. And the side is retired, but Caden Miller, after a Sawyer Farr leadoff walk, a 2-run homer deep over the right field fence, has tied us through 4.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Tied game in the 5th, and this 5th inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's now has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street, one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. 2-3-4 scheduled with J.D. Goodcase remaining in this game. Alec Nava will lead off. Tied game in the 5th. Strike 1 on the number 2 batter.
You know, after Goodcase got out of that tough second inning, Orange County that last time through, he was rock solid. Faced the minimum 2 straight innings afterwards, so it's more of that would fill the doctor's orders here this 4th of July.
Alec Nava, it's a pair of flyouts in the right. Makani Nabarro is out there defensively today for Bill Pintard. Here comes a 1-1. That is down for ball 2. Well, we've seen some great defensive plays. Well, obviously the Terrence Kill jumping play behind second base to turn a double play. Caden Miller with the home run is at third. Easton Muma at first. Different players in different positions defensively. That's upstairs for ball 3, 3-1.
Although, I mean, I think Terrence Kill has given a pretty good audition to keep him at second for big games like this.
Here comes a 3-1 pitch to the leadoff man. Went through, strike 2. Goodcase starting off this inning clean. Entered in relief in the previous inning. Comes a 3-2 pitch to the leadoff man. Up the middle and over to Terrence Kill. Might have been deflected off Goodcase's glove, but one down in the 5th.
Yeah, definitely Goodcase got a bit of his mitt to that, but good adjustment by Kill. It's a pretty weakly hit, ground ball, and quick out 1 for J.D. Goodcase.
And it'll go down as a 1-4-3 put out, officially by the scorekeeper. So 1 down, the base is clear. First pitch to Alan Huerta Guzman. Misses for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Sprayed back 1-1.
Reached last time around on the hit by pitch. His first time facing Goodcase, though.
Ball's behind 1-2. Huerta Guzman, first time up, fly out to right, and then was hit by that pitch with 1 down in the 3rd. Falls behind, and Goodcase. 1-2 pitch. Shallow pop-up. Sawyer Farr's going to drift back, but coming in and not able to make the play. Becker converged along with Clark. That ball is just placed perfectly in the Bermuda Triangle between shortstop, left, and center, and a 1-out knock for Huerta Guzman.
I think if you're Clark or, you know, if you're Brenton Clark, or if you're Zane Beck, you have to be able to a little bit more assertive on, I should be the one getting that ball, because Sawyer Farr trying to make an over-the-head grab and
the sun
giving up on it. The sun as well, as you mentioned. I mean, that should be an outfielder making the play and not the shortstop.
Wind blowing it in a little bit now towards the plate. It's been swirling around today. First pitch to Connor Smith is going to miss for ball 1. So 1-on-1 out. Connor Smith does have a home run today into left field. Also fly out to center. Been 3 home runs in this game. Check over to the man at first. Rather, 2 home runs in this game, 1 from each team.
But there's been a couple near misses where we've seen some ground rule doubles, some deep flyouts.
Comes a 1-0 pitch to Smith. Inside, ball 2.
Pitching away from the barrel of Smith, just inside, and hope you get some swings here.
2-0 pitch located nicely on the outside edge. 2-1. Huerta Guzman continuing to inch his way off of first base. JD checks on him. But it remains 2-1. Follow Smith, Tino Vassell, barring any ground ball double play. 2-1 pitch. Left side, outside of third. 2-2.
Climb back in the count. It's tough to do. Connor Smith, you've known he's already hit a home run today. You know he hit a home run yesterday at the Grand Slam. I mean, still attacking and trusting your defense to make play and trusting your pitches that won't find the barrel of Smith.
And the 2-2 now to Smith. In the gap in left center field. Huerta Guzman from first base is going to third base. Holding up at first is Smith. And runners will be on the corners. Only a single out in the fifth.
Now batting,
It's a
number
dangerous
7,
bat,
Tino
and he
Vassell.
got barreled to it once again. I mean, Connor Smith having a great day. He's, kind of one of the leaders on the team, one of the older guys with really good experience, of course. Up his junior year recently at Santa Clara, now in the portal once again. Showcased his pop with the Broncos, had a couple extra base hits, a home run in the Big West tournament. I mean, he's a really solid power bat, and we're seeing that today for sure. Finding gaps, finding balls out of a yard. It's been really impressive today, Hunter.
It's 2 for 3 and bringing up Tino Vassell with Pintard and the entire infield conversing. And right after Santa Barbara put up 2 runs. In the case for the Forsters, you don't want to give any runs back. You just got all the momentum swinging in your favor with the jack by Caden Miller. But with runners on the corners, just a single out. Look for that ground ball, but with Vassell coming to the plate, number 5 batter, he's a fly out. Walking a run scored today.
Yeah, you got to shut things down here like you did in the last inning if you're JD Goodcase. Especially after you tied the game immediately in that last inning with the home run from Caden Miller. I mean, you got to be able to shut things down and put up a 0 on the board so you can get the offense back up and get more runs.
And in the bottom of the inning, 2, 3, 4. Big bats coming up for the Santa Barbara Foresters, but right now, it's all about JD Goodcase and Tino Vassell. Runners on the corners, 1 away. In a tied game in the 5th. First pitch missing away. Ball 1.
Crucially, you do have to think, double ground ball up the infield easily could be the inning. So, got to be infield has to be ready for those.
Check over the man at first base. Mumma holds on to him. Caden Miller, third baseman, pinching in just a little bit. Down at third. But it's a 1-0 count for Tino Vassell. It's a good case. We'll step off as in the middle of the Finneys 5th inning. Tied game. Josh Heineman went 3+ the starter. Good case entered and jam in the last inning. Good case is going to step off and check over to third. Over there's Alan Huerta Guzman.
Not every day you see a check in at third.
Check that off the bingo card today. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Vassell. That's upstairs 2-0. To follow him will be Nathan Leffel. Non-CCL game for Santa Barbara and a check now to first. And is Connor Smith.
Got to be careful on those check-ins because if it gets away from you, Duarte Guzman is ready to take off from third and take the lead.
Here comes a 2-0 pitch to Vassell. On the corner, strike 1. And after the visit with Bill Pintard and the entire infield, good case. And you pull a Houdini again, 2-1. Flared up and out of play down the left field line, 2-2. And now he gets himself at a 2-strike count. He's able to take care of Vassell, Nathan Leffel on deck. Need a good pitch here. Good case. The 2-2 delivery to Vassell. And he will stay alive, fights it off.
Nearly, not only was close to a strike, but it was like it was going to be some pretty weak contact from Vassell. That could have been a ground ball to the end of the inning.
Remember, Gambardella is behind the plate. Seen some fantastic defensive plays from him today. But right now, another check to first. And that's Connor Smith over there after base hit into the gap in left center. Here comes the 2-2. Good case to Vassell. That is down, full count. Second base open.
Good case is just trying to keep these balls low. It's harder to get bat around them. It's easier to ground out.
Duarte Guzman at third. Smith at first. With one out. 3-2 pitch. Strikes him out. 2 down in the fifth.
That strikeout was brought to you by Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating.
Stuck at it. I mean, that was a long at-bat.
All right, fans.
Good
here's
case
our beer
got the
battle.
win.
Let's cheer for beer.
Big second out, but this man coming to the plate, Nathan Leffel, has been a tough out. He's 2 for 2 today.
Both hits into right. He just played it a run. The hit in the second inning was good for 2 bases. Up the middle. Tough play for Terrence Kill. Ranges back, and he wasn't able to knock it down. And Nathan Leffel once again continues to produce. A base hit. He is now 3 for 3 with 2 down in the fifth.
Crucially, the run comes across the plate to take the lead. Leffel, first pitch swing and coming out aggressive.
Now batting, number
4-3, Tigers lead. So after Santa Barbara tied it, Tigers regain a 1-run advantage. This is up the middle, and Sawyer Farr ranges over, flips, and they get the force out at second to Terrence Kill. Jimmy Radler hit that ball up the middle, but some good defense by the middle infielders. But the Tigers, through 4.5, have a 1-run advantage over the Foresters.
Fans, if you would like to participate in the hula hoop contest,
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's now has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. California Tigers now have a 4-3 lead over the Sturs, and there will be a pitching change. Adam Smaglik will now take over on the hill, the right-hander.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Sturs did a good job getting to Jimmy Voorhees last time around, and it's like that, the new arm in. Smaglik, solid JUCO season with the Sacramento City College Panthers, 3.14 ERA, mainly worked out of the pen. Decent strikeout numbers. Going to prove himself this summer against some top competition like the Foresters.
Will face 2-3-4 Clark, Mumach, Chamberlain. Sturs trail by a run. First pitch slider for a strike, 0-1. And Jimmy Voorhees, his final line, 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, which were all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Clark today has gone 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice. He has a stolen bag and a base hit. 0-1. Breaking ball away, 1-1. And initially we said Clark in with 2 bases when he was able to stretch it, but there was a change in the scoring, and you're going to give him a base hit and then an error on the center fielder, which allowed him to reach to second with 1 out in the 3rd. 1-1 pitch, foul back, strike 2.
Smaglik and Lee Farm, they're going to have to try and have him go as long as he can. Longest appearance in college was his most recent one, where he pitched 3 innings, but gave up some runs as well.
1-2 the count for the leadoff man. Comes a pitch from Smaglik. Up and down play. Down the left field line. Remains a 1-2.
It's definitely a tough part of the order to come in to face. Clark, Mumach, Chamberlain, 3 of the best the Sturs have to offer.
And these were the 3 that all had the day off yesterday. Smaglik winds up the 1-2 pitch. Not competitive, 2-2.
And you're not going to be able to get away with pitches like those against Brenton Clark. You're going to have to give him stuff in the zone. See how he handles it.
And Brenton, one of the best getting on base this year. Comes the 2-2 to Clark. Outside of third base, hard hitting. Ricocheting down in front of the third base dugout, 2-2.
I mean, even on pitches blowing inside, that was really inside. That was out of his zone on the inner part of the plate. Clark is still able to send it into opposite field. It's just phenomenal ability that he doesn't even know how to explain.
Remains 2-2. And Adam Smaglik, first man out of the pen for the Tigers. Facing the toughest stretch in this order. Bottom of the 5th inning. But every time the Tigers have scored a run, Santa Barbara have scored at least 1 run of their own throughout this game. Will that trend continue here in the bottom of the 5th after the Tigers played it a run top half of this inning? 2-2, foul back. Means 2-2. This next pitch will be the 8th of the plate appearance to Brenton Clark. In front of a nice crowd here at Eddie Matthews Field on Independence Day. Another 2-2 pitch. Just tapped foul. Clark fouls off another one. He's spoiled 4 now.
Yeah, I mean, he's really had to reach down to get that one.
He's seen 8 pitches already. Number 9 is coming up.
It's a tough first at bat. Smack at the face. I mean, 9 pitches in the first bat of your face. That's not ideal for a bullpen arm.
2-2 high and in. Full count. Did he swing on the check down? No.
Especially for a team like the Tigers where there's not a lot of guys. And a long game yesterday as well, 70-5.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely have to be careful about your arms and kind of when you decide to go to a new one.
Down is full. Here comes the 10th pitch of the plate appearance, and Clark just is able to get a piece of it. 10 pitches not enough between Clark and Smaglik.
Barely, just barely got to that one. Nice job by Clark.
It remains full. Mumma will be next, then Chamberlain. Here comes pitch number 11 from Adam Smaglik. A high fly ball into right. Going back is Radler. He'll have enough real estate. Will make the squeeze. And Clark, on 11 pitches, battles his way against Smaglik. Will be a lineout victim into right, 1 down.
About as productive as an out you can have, though, as a leadoff man. I mean, 11 pitches against the new arm. That's really, really impressive and something that I'm sure his teammates are going to be pretty grateful for throughout the rest of his inning and the rest of Smaglik's appearance.
So the base is clear. 1 away. Here's Easton Mumma. It's been a seesaw of a game. Mumma takes on a ride in the left center field. Christensen will slide over, but that ball is drifting back and drifting and falling out of the glove of the center fielder. Mumma will cruise into second base. And Santa Barbara have a 1-out base run in the form of Easton Mumma.
Now batting number 8, Cole Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's a really nice one by Mumma. It was a lot of ground to cover for the center fielder. Christensen and just couldn't keep the ball in his glove. Runner in scoring position with 1 down. I was going to say, if that grab was made, you all make up for the previous at-bat of Clark, but now 1 on in scoring position with Chamberlain, Farr, and Miller coming up.
And it will go down as an E8 and a 2-base error at that to bring up Chamberlain, a man who has been extremely productive throughout this season when he's had chances to bring home runners. Tying run in scoring position. Smaglik looking to work around a 1-out error. First pitch down and away, ball 1. By the way, Mumma reaching base for the first time today. So Chamberlain has a 1-0 count. Tigers just took the lead. Santa Barbara looked to tie. Comes a 1-0 from Smaglik. Big cut. 1-1.
Like the aggression from Chamberlain. Showcases pop there on the 1-0 swing.
Remember, this is a non-CCL game. Everything that occurs in this game won't count to the official stats in the CCL, nor will it count towards the official record. But now the 1-1 is in there for a strike. Nothing 1-2, but we said it earlier in this game, Nate, the importance of this one with Santa Barbara dropping their last 2 games. You almost call it a calibration day to get ready for a game and change tomorrow after the postponement against Arroyo Seco. You're going to finish up the game that was suspended, play a full game after that, and important today to find a lot of positives. Chance now for Chamberlain. The 1-2 count. That's upstairs 2-2.
Yeah, and it's, important to get an answer, especially in this inning. You've already got a runner in scoring position. Gifted to you thanks to that error. Got to take advantage if you're the Stars.
To follow Chamberlain, Sawyer Farr. Adam Smaglik started off this inning clean. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, and Chamberlain's going to go down looking. 2 out in the 5th.
Now batting number 5.
Just clipped the outer part. Tough one for Chamberlain to go down on. Things not over. Sawyer Farr, one of the top RBI men for the Stars this summer. A runner in scoring position, hoping to tie the game.
Remember, every time the Tigers have scored, Santa Barbara have plated at least one run the subsequent half inning. 2 down, man at second. It is a 1-run game, and Farr's going to take strike 1. Sawyer Lino back to the picture. Had a leadoff walk in the 4th and was scored on Caden Miller's 2-run homer. Miller's the one who now stands on deck. Tying run at second. Comes an 0-1. That's high and away. Ball and a strike. I mean, you've seen the winds oscillating here. Nate, you mentioned it. You've seen it out to left, and you even felt some gusts blowing in right where we're sitting, behind home plate. And currently the wind's out towards left center field. But now 1-1 from Smaglick. That's upstairs. Ball 2.
If you're asking me for an explanation on that, I don't have
one. No, just more the observation. And Santa Barbara punished the Tigers for a 1-out error to get Muma aboard. Good count for Farr. Just fouls it back off the mask, 2-2. And Adam Smaglick entering this inning after Jimmy Voorhees went 4. And Santa Barbara tie this game. Here comes a 2-2 pitch to Farr. Away, full count.
Just got to get on and bring up the man who's already gotten RBIs across the plate on deck.
Muma's going to be on the move. With 2 down. 3-2 pitch to Farr. Will miss inside for ball 4. Second walk of the day for Sawyer, coming with 2 down in the 5th.
Batting number 4, Caden Miller.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. Get on base, bring up the man who's got a home run already today. Some good pop on his bat. One of UTSA's leaders in that category his freshman season.
Now the go-ahead run now on base for Santa Barbara. First pitch swinging right side. Here is Leffel. He's going to flip to the shortstop rather, at second base to record the force out. And the Stars cannot capitalize on the Easton Mumaw getting to second base, and Smaglick works around a 1-out error. Through 5. Tigers still on top 4-3 over the Stars.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
On to the 6th inning. In this non-CCL game, the California Tigers still on top 4-3 over the Stars. J.D. Goodcase remains in this ball game. He will face 8-9-1 Woodworth, Berkovitz, and Christensen, scheduled for the Tigers.
Yeah, and again, you kind of have to be, stretching the arms, as we said, with the limited amount that you have available today. And that's what we're seeing. Goodcase gave up 3 hits last inning. Got out of it. Now clean slate yet again. Hoping to get 3 quick outs.
That is strike one, Josh Woodworth. The rule book double in the left. RBI and a walk to his ledger today. This is through for a base hit in the left. He is now 2 for 2 on the board for the 3rd time today, and a leadoff single for the Tigers.
I don't know what's in the air today, but I don't think I've ever seen a team this many barrels against the Stars all summer long. This is really impressive from the Tigers.
Leadoff man aboard. Here's Connor Berkovitz.
And so many of them coming early in the counts. First pitches, second pitches, just like there from Woodworth.
Scoring around to bunt is Berkovitz. He's going to take ball 1. The number 9 batter, Chase Christensen, stands on deck. Well, square around here. It's 1-0. Ball, strike 1. 1-1 now for Berkovitz.
First base coach for the Tigers not pleased with that call.
Woodworth at first, nobody out. Good case. We'll check over to him. That ball in and out of the glove of Muma, but not far enough for Woodworth to take off. We talked with Bill Pintar prior to this game, the pregame show presented by Coastal Copy, saying he wanted to just see how both Miller and Muma would fare flip-flopping on the corners. This is on the ground left side, and it will get past Miller down into left. Zane Becker will scoop it up, but back-to-back hits for the Tigers to start off the 6th inning. Woodworth and now Berkovitz. He collects his first hit of the day, and again, that's the 8 and 9 spot, and the lineup's now turning over. Bottom of the order coming up for the Tigers in this inning.
Yeah, I think, coming back to that point of, how you'd want to see corners of the infield fair when you switch them around with Miller and Muma, and that was a tough play to make for anyone. I don't even know if Muma is going to make that snag over there on third along the foul line. To be fair, normally you'd be a little worried with, in the top of the order back around with 2 on, nobody out, but between Christensen and Nava, only one of them's reached once through 3 appearances.
True.
This is going to be the 4th time through the order against the Tigers through just 6 innings. That's impressive job by California passing the bats.
Fourth look now for Christensen, I should say. 4th time standing in. It's his 2nd look at J.D. Goodcase. 2 on, nobody out. He's going to sacrifice for look 2. That ball's in the dirt. Gambardella did just enough. It's ball 1. Well, we did see Berkovitz square around to bunt first time in the first pitch. Will Christensen square around here? First pitch missed low from Goodcase. So now Jaden Barfield is throwing for Santa Barbara. Here's a 1-0. No bunt this time, strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the day-to-day for Santa Barbara, they've already given up 10 hits as a pitching staff between Heineman and Goodcase, and yesterday they gave up 11. Those are higher numbers compared to what we're used to seeing from Santa Barbara.
Comes the 1-1 pitch. Tapped. Here comes Goodcase. He's just going to flip to first, get the out, but this is pretty much a sacrifice from Christensen, a swinging bunt. Runners advance.
Yeah,
1 down in the 6th.
That is how it serves as. It's basically just a sack bunt and 2 on in scoring position with just 1 down, and exactly what you're supposed to do. If you're Christensen, just advance the runners.
So 2 now in scoring position. There's Alec Nava. He's gone 0 for 3. 2 flyouts in the right. Then ground on the infield. Here comes Bill Pintard. And we just said that Jaden Barfield is now tossing. He was not listed as one of the guys that would be available today. I believe it was yesterday we were talking to him bad in practice when he was hitting fungos and said he would be throwing, the next day he'd be throwing would be this weekend. And looks like Bill Pintard and Scott Murray, the pitching coach, saying Barfield, the lone lefty out of the bullpen, get ready.
I mean, is it not the weekend, Friday, 4th of
True,
July?
true.
I'm considering this the weekend. He's right on schedule, Hunter. No, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, this is kind of a game I don't think the Stars expected to go this way. I think they, going up against a non-league team like the California Tigers, you kind of expect to get some runs early and then just kind of coast from there. And the Tigers proven, they're putting up a really good fight here, obviously holding the lead. And now you're going to try and give him a different look. Go with the lefty, Jaden Barfield, to get some outs.
Barfield coming in, we'll step aside. It's a 1-run lead for the Tigers, 2 on, only a single out in the 6th. Santa Barbara Airport has 5 airlines: American, Alaska, Delta Air, Southwest, and United, with 12 direct destinations from Santa Barbara to Atlanta, Dallas, Denver, Las Vegas, Oakland, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City, Portland, San Francisco, Phoenix, Seattle, and Sacramento. With 23 daily departures from Santa Barbara, SBA's newest daily service on Delta Airlines to Atlanta and Salt Lake City can ensure that you can get anywhere in the world in just one stop. SBA is proud to join over 200 airports around the world in the Hidden Disabilities Sunflower Program. Passengers with a disability can opt into the program, and in doing so, trained staff at SBA will be there to provide additional level of customer service. You can learn more at www.flysba.com. Once again, you can learn more and book your flights today from Santa Barbara at www.flysba.com. So it is Jaden Barfield, one of the few lefty relievers, if not the only lefty reliever available for Santa Barbara, even on this roster. Will enter with 2 in scoring position. At third is Woodworth. Berkovitz is at second. 1 down in the 6th. It is a 4-3 Tigers lead. And they're just going to put him on first. Nava is intentionally walked. And that's going to bring up Alan Cuarta Guzman. Bases now loaded. Barfield to look for a ground ball to get out of this inning. That's going to be a lefty-lefty matchup. Alon today has gone 1 for 2 and has also been hit by a pitch, scored a run. No room for error for Barfield. First pitch down, ball 1. So Barfield coming in an intentional walk to load up the bases. So now the 1-0 pitch is going to be rolled. Gambardella's not covering the plate, but Barfield is able to get the tag. Fantastic play from Jaden. Both the pitcher and the catcher converge, but able to get the tag as Barfield to save a run and a big second out for Santa Barbara.
A really, really heads-up play by Jaden Barfield, the new arm to go in, recognize you weren't going to be able to get the runner out of first, but then just realize, oh, the runner's coming home. I should just go for the tag. Great read by Jaden Barfield right there on that pseudo bunt.
So the bases remain loaded, but now 2 down to bring up Connor Smith, who is 2 for 3, the home run. First pitch is going to be down, ball 1. Barfield get out of this jam and keep a 1-run deficit for Santa Barbara. Bases loaded, 2 out. 1-0 pitch to Smith. Down, ball 2. Smith's home run came in the second inning. 2-0 pitch now. Inside, ball 3, and the base is loaded. 2 down. Barfield needs a strike.
Yeah, and he can find it. He's been a really good strikeout pitcher. He's gotten at least 2 in all of his appearances so far this summer.
3-0 pitch to Smith is located. 3-1.
Yeah, I'm surprised not to see the swing from Smith there. You gotta be careful pitching in the zone to this guy. He just smashes baseballs. Already a home run today.
3-1 delivery to Connor Smith is upstairs, ball 4. That's going to walk in a run. It's now going to be a 5-3 Tigers lead. Berkovitz plates the 5th run of the ball game, and the bases remain loaded.
More pressure to get outs here. Keep it within distance.
Here's now Tino Vassell. Another lefty to face Barfield. Down, good cover by Vince. Ball 1.
Sell so far today for 2 walked. This time up, he struck out to good case.
1 run in the 6th inning. 2-run advantage for the Tigers. 1-0 pitch is inside, ball 2. Remember, Barfield wasn't supposed to be hot today. The men available, we were told, 3 right-handers, Adderley, Goodcase, Fino. And Jaden falls behind. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That is away. Good read by the catcher, but now 3-0 the count.
They try to get the slider outside to the lefty, but it's now a couple pitches. 2 at-bats in a row now where Barfield's falling behind 3-0. That forces you to work harder, get back in the counts, and really, really big moment here.
Muma, part of the conversation with Gambardella. Barfield. 3-0 the count for Tino Vassell. Nathan Leffel stands on deck. Another left-handed batter. But Barfield needs to fire a strike. The last man just walked in a run. That's on the corner. 3-1.
You got to get a strike here again. You can't walk him.
Barfield entering in this jam. 3-1 delivery is inside, ball 4. Back-to-back RBI walks for the California Tigers, and they now lead 6-3 over the Foresters.
And that walks in Nava, the man who was intentionally walked. That decision, uncostly. You don't want to walk the guy. You don't want to score the guy who you intentionally walked on the bases. I mean, that's really, really tough for the Foresters.
It was Alec Nava, just played the 6th run for the Tigers, and now here's Nathan Leffel, who is 3 for 3, and now make it 4 for 4 1 run in, and it's going to be an RBI single for Nathan Leffel. A 4-for-4 day for the number 6 batter, and it is now a 7-3 lead for the Tigers.
Just stacking them on.
Jimmy Raidler.
Leffel, you know, really nice job. 4-for-4 day, I mean, how about that?
Now here's Jimmy Raidler, the 9th batter of this inning. Bases remain loaded. First pitch swinging into right field, slicing over to Makani Nabarro. He will make the play, but the damage done. 3 runs for the California Tigers, and through 5.5, it is now a 7-3 Tigers lead over the Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Adam Smaglik remains in the ballgame on the hill for the Tigers. He will face the bottom 3, Zane Becker, Vince Gambardella, Makani Nabarro, and the Foresters now trail by 4 runs. They are entering this inning down by 1, but 3 runs for the Tigers in the top half of this inning to take a 7-3 advantage. That's on the corner. Strike 1 to Becker.
Yeah, I mean, really costly inning last time around. 3 runs came across the plate. Really tough for the Foresters, and pressure's on for you to get a response here.
0-1 pitch is going to be located on the lower portion of the zone. 0-2 for Becker, who is 1 for 1, a walk and a run scored today. Finding himself out in left field defensively for the Sturters. Here comes a strike 2 pitch from Adam Smaglik. Into center field, falling fast and falling for a base hit. Zane Becker now 2 for 2 in the leadoff single for Santa Barbara.
He's reached all 3 times he's come up, but this time it's been with the hits, you know, getting the just easy knocks like that, and leadoff man is on. Great response so far from the Sturs.
And that's now going to bring up Vince Gambardella. He's 1 for 2. RBI double down the left field line. Reached on a fielder's choice. Also has a stolen bag today. Big lead for Becker at first. First pitch located by Smaglik on the heater, 0-1. As we approach 7 o'clock local time, Santa Barbara Foresters playing in their 8th straight game going back to last Thursday. 0-1, rather last Friday. That ball is foul off the legs. Strike 2.
Gambardella falling behind quickly here, but if there's one thing he's done like the man on base right now, it's get on the base. 6'11 OBP and CCL play. Getting on here would be massive.
It's a 4-run lead for the Tigers, who just put up 3 runs in the top of the inning. Becker at first, but a strike 2 pitch to Gambardella is away. 1-2. Jimmy Voorhees started off this ball game for the Tigers, but right now, Adam Smaglick looking to work around a leadoff single. 1-2 pitch to Vince Gambardella. Upstairs, 2-2.
Working back in the count, being patient.
On deck is Makani Nabarro. The shadows getting longer. Half the infield now in the shadows of the trees to our left. 2-2 pitch outside of first base. We've seen a lot of deep counts stay on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really forcing them to work pitchers to get creative. No, entire bullpen's behind him right now. Scream out of on Gambo.
Smaglick will glare over to Becker. Checks on him.
And last time Gambardella came up, he fielder's choice that got Becker out at second, but very easily could have been a double play that got both of them out.
Mm-hmm. It remains 2-2. Here comes the delivery from Smaglick to Gambardella. Away, full count.
Great take. High heat, so tempting, but Gambardella just laid off of it and gonna have to work hard.
Nobody out. Becker is at first. Comes a 3-2 pitch. Foul back. This will be the 8th pitch of the plate appearance from Smaglick. And remember, Brenton Clark was the first man to face Smaglick back in the last inning. An 11-pitch out took to retire Clark out in the right field. Just the 8th pitch now for Gambardella. And now fouls off another one.
And it's not ideal, as he's kind of set already for a team with a pretty depleted, smaller staff. To have these, 11-pitch, 9-pitch at-bats as a reliever when you're just trying to get quick outs and get through innings.
And this will be the 9th pitch. Count is full. Nabarro next. Smaglick will deal to Gambardella. Called strike 3. Vince is going to have to go back to the dugout, 1 down in the 6th.
Now batting.
Cry of disdain from the homestand. Outside. Gambardella thought he got on, but the umpire disagrees, and a big out one for the Tigers.
Now Smaglick with 1 away, 1 on. Look for a ground ball as Makani Nabarro will stand in for the 3rd time today.
Should be noted, the third baseman kind of playing very shallow, maybe expecting a bunt to carry over the runner for Terrence Kill on deck.
It is a 4-run lead for the Tigers. Put up 3 runs in the top half of this inning. First pitch to Makani's away for ball 1. And we look forward even to tomorrow, Nate. So Santa Barbara will be playing the Arroyo Seco Saints for the first time since the 10th of June. And that ball game was suspended at 10 o'clock local time due to a city ordinance. The lights were turned off at Jackie Robinson Field. Here's a 1-0. That's upstairs for ball 2. And so what the plan is for tomorrow, of course, we're still playing this one, but for tomorrow, expect to start that game at 4:30, or I should say resume the game that started on June 10th. Then 45 minutes after that game finishes, you'll play the scheduled game tomorrow. So that's what Santa Barbara has in store for them tomorrow as they trail by 4 here tonight. Here's a 2-0, strike 1.
Got the green light there. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how you come out tomorrow, obviously there's a few guys in that lineup from that first game you played not playing anymore on the team. Mandino, some arms like Darren Orlando, who was the pitcher that was in, obviously not with the team anymore, as Bill Pintard told us in the interview pregame.
2-1 pitch. Navarro will spoil it back, 2-2. Brady Dalmore was the DH as well. Grant Madrid Murray was the catcher. So there'll be some changes starting off that game tomorrow at 4:30 local time. And currently in that game, Santa Barbara trailing by 4. 12-8 is the score in that game through 7 innings. Two-two pitch, popped up. It's in the infield. Left side for Nava. And he can't make the play. It's going to fall. They're going to second for the force out. Would have been an out regardless. Navarro's going to reach, and Becker will be retired at second.
Yeah, of course, it's tough to get the lead runner out. Field fly rule not in effect, and really tough. The Stirs. Still runner on, 2 down. Terrence Kill to the plate. Some opportunity to kickstart something here and come back in this game.
So 2 down. Now at first is Navarro. First pitch to TK is going to miss inside. Ball 1. TK today, he's gone 1 for 3. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. He will pop it back, 1-1. So Navarro reaching for the first time today. That ball falling in the infield. Adam Smaglik facing Terrence Kill. Looking to work around a leadoff single. His team lead by 4. 1-1 pitch to Terrence Kill. Left side in the hole. Vassell, tough play and a long throw. He's going to second, not in time. Navarro is able to get to second before the throw, and Terrence Kill is aboard for the second time today.
Number 6, Brenton Clark.
Yeah, Vassell just thought it wasn't even worth trying to throw over to first because he knows the speed that Kill has, and still couldn't get him out at second. So 2 on, 2 down. Brenton Clark. Another opportunity with a runner in scoring position for the Stirs.
There's a 4-run ball game, and Brenton Clark has gone 1 for 3 today. He's going to take strike 1 as Navarro's now at second. Terrence Kill is at first base. Santa Barbara put up a run in the second and in the fourth. I should say 2 in the fourth to amass their 3-run total. But notably, the Tigers' top half of this inning, 3 runs. Able to walk in 2 runs with the bases loaded. But it's now 0-1 for Brenton Clark. Flared back, strike 2.
Opposite field knock would be pretty massive right now from Clark. I mean, catches the defense totally off guard. Knock of any kind, really. Beggars can't be choosers in this situation, Hunter.
The shadows getting longer, the sun getting more shallow in the sky to our left. 0-2 pitch to Brenton Clark is lined right on top of the third base dugout. Just skimming the shingles means nothing in 2.
And he's really going to have to tighten up here. We saw it last time, and last time he was up, it was an 11-pitch at-bat against Smoglik, and they send him again here.
He gets his second look at the relief pitcher. It's 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Smaglik. Foul back, and Brenton Clark, the exact same almost situation. He went down early, 0-2 in the count. First time up. Fouled off a number of pitches. Saw 11 from Adam. Still remains 0-2.
And how frustrating is it for Smaglik? It's just like, man, how do I get this guy out? I mean, he took 11 pitches last time. He's fouling off all my offerings. something outside. See if you swing at that. You're still ahead on the count 1 and 2 if you miss.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runners are going, and it's chopped up the middle. Here is Vassell, charges, and will retire Clark at first. And the Sturs will leave 2 stranded on the bases and through 6. Tigers by 4.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Now on to the top of the 7th inning. Zeke Adderley will now pitch for Santa Barbara. He will face 8, 9, and 1. First pitch strike to Josh Woodworth. And Zeke, we've seen him the last couple days, Nate. It's been pretty cool to see. Adderley was a starting DH yesterday, went 1 for 3. Will now come in relief in this non-CCL game. Tigers lead by 4. And he quickly gets ahead 0-2 on Woodworth.
Yeah, it's nice to see Zeke, getting action both ways. Played a bit of both sides in high school. Obviously going to Maryland Eastern Shore. Plays college ball and solid summer.
Here comes the 0-2 to the DH inside. 1-2. And there have been a couple guys in this lineup today for the Tigers that have been very tough outs. Josh Woodworth is one of them. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. Reached base every time he has stood in. 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Means 1-2.
And for Adderley, this is the first time he's pitched in a game in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we saw him was against the Waves on June 20th. Struggled a bit with his commands, gave up 3 walks, but his strikeout stuff is so good. Through 2 innings, he struck out 4 batters.
That's high and tight. Change up inside 2-2. Woodworth had an automatic double in the left. RBI has a walk and a base hit in the left. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to the leadoff man. And it strikes him out. Foul tips it back in Gambardella's glove. 1 down in the 7th.
And you have to feel like that's something the Sturs pitching staff has missed today. Only the 3rd strikeout, and we're in the 7th inning, but what a way to get it, quick out. Really good first out for the Sturs.
That's going to bring up Connor Berkovitz. Tigers lead 7-3, top of the 7th. He's gone 1 for 3 today. That's going to be a called strike, 0-1.
It's nice to get a tough out with Woodworth.
Yes.
Berkovitz struck out once already and falling behind here.
There's no one. It's going to be down for a 1-1. It is worth noting it was Woodworth who led off the last inning where 3 big runs came around for the Tigers. There's 1 in the 5th inning, 3 in the last inning, and Berkovitz also had a base hit himself. He was the first of the 3 runs to score, and he's now ahead 2-1. Take care of the DH who was just retired for the first time, and Adderley trying to keep it a manageable ball game in the 7th. Comes a 2-1 pitch to Berkovitz. Fooled there, 2-2.
It's pitched by Adderley down and away. Exactly where you want it.
Top of the order is next Chase Christensen, who will stand in for the 5th time in this game.
Of course, Adderley, so used to this field, played his high school ball here. Senior season, 1.4 ERA as a reliever for the Dons.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 and back-to-back Ks for Adderley. 2 out in the 7th.
And if there's one thing Zeke Adderley knows, it's strikeouts. That's his 2nd and 2 batters, 6 of the summer, and 3 appearances now. I mean, an attribute to have at such a young age, to be facing guys, college players, before you even step foot on a college campus and having them strike out looking like fools. Nice stuff for Zeke Adderley.
Time now being called. The batter is now Chase Christensen. Gone 0 for 3 with a walk. Going to take a ball. Fly out to left. A walk was caught stealing in the 3rd. Lined into a double play. That was a big double play by Terrence Kill. Then grounded back out to the hill. First look at Adderley. Comes a 1-0 pitch. Check swing. Strike 1. And Nate, it is worth noting now, 7:15 local time. The shadow's getting longer, sun getting lower. The 1-1 pitch is fouled back for strike 2.
I mean, to that point, you can hear the fireworks going off, the sun setting. People are ready to see them in the night sky, and certainly getting that haze. Lights still not really on at the football stadium, though. That's when you really kind of get your sign.
And no lights here at Eddie Matthews Field. Oh, a 2-out, 1-2 pitch, and Adderley strikes out the side in the 7th. Great work by Adderley. And it's stretch time here at Eddie Matthews Field, 7-3 lead for the Tigers.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Easton Mumaw, Cole Chamberlain, Sawyer Farr will be scheduled. Adam Smaglik remains in this ball game, and the Tigers remain on top 7-3, last of the 7th.
Yeah, great work by Zeke Adderley. It's the first time since the first inning where the side get down to tired.
And Steve Shuck is now in the third base dugout. Actually in the third base dugout. And some words being exchanged with the coaching staff and the associate head coach. And you see Bill Pintard across the diamond. And Steve Shuck is still drawn very perversely into the third base dugout, I should say, actively. And still, the two parties letting each other hear it. And Bill Pintard slowly retreating back to the first base dugout. And
that's the first time we've really seen a confrontation between coaches. You know, obviously you think back to the first game between the Blues and the Stars where there was a little tense between the trainer and Bill Pintard in the pregame meeting. But, I mean, we were just getting back to the game and we look over and Steve Shuck is in the grill of the Kyle Tigers manager inside their dugout. And looking like he was ready to get physical. I don't want to say it, but that's one way to ignite the team, and maybe that's intentional by Shuck to get his team back into this. If so, let's see their answer.
Strike one on Mumaw. Steve Shuck still is at third base and is currently on his hips, but it's now 0-1 for Easton Mumaw. Pop fly into right field, and that ball will fall for a base hit. Easton Mumaw, a leadoff single for Santa Barbara.
By any means, Hunter. If it means getting into the other team's dugout to ignite a rally, then I'm here for it. Leadoff knock for Easton Mumaw to get off for his first hit of the day, and just like that, runner on for Cole Chamberlain.
It was a 4-run deficit for the Stars. Chamberlain will stand in for the 4th time. He's gone 0 for 3. Ground out to second. And struck out twice. First pitch, high and away. Some arm side run from Smaglik, ball 1.
Outside, Chamberlain not tempted at that one. First time he faced Smaglik, he struck out.
There were some signs from Steve Shuck down that third baseline. Mumaw only has 2 stolen bases and a very small lead at first. 1-0 pitch. That's away, ball 2.
Notably no arms in the bullpen of a Tigers warming up.
Now Bill Pintard coming out of the first base dugout and saying something. Did you get anything there?
I did not. Might have been. Yeah, no clue.
Said something to the infield.
I don't know who you'd be yelling out instruction to between either Mumaw, Shuck. He's just trying to guide his team a little bit more.
There comes a 2-0 pitch now to the DH Chamberlain. That's high and away, ball 3. Next will be Sawyer Farr.
And if the bullpen was alive in the earlier parts of the game, everyone in the Foresters dugout is up against the fence.
Most of the
Keenly paying
bullpen's
attention now in the dugout.
emptied out, yeah. Everyone's now in the Forester dugout. It's a 3-0 count. That is ball 4. Leadoff single and a walk. Put 2 on, nobody out for Sawyer Farr.
4-pitch walk at that. Smaglik, the longest he pitched in college was 3 innings. This is his 3rd inning of the game, and so far 2 allowed. 5 pitches.
So far for Sawyer, 0 for 1, but has 2 walks and a run scored. Nobody out, 1st and 2nd. Tigers lead is at 4 after they put up 3 runs in the 6th inning. First pitch is a slider, strike one.
It's a nice breaking ball in the zone, but no way you're swinging at something. After the 4th pitch walk, you saw your previous out of face.
Mumot second, Chamberlain at first. What can Santa Barbara rally in the 7th inning? Here's an 0-1. That's away at belt height. 1-1.
Good take by Sawyer Farr. Right at the belt height and just out of his zone. That's a tough one.
1-1 the count if Sawyer's able to reach. Caden Miller stands on deck. Here comes a 1-1. Strike two. Sawyer's brought home 15 runs this season. Mumot's second in a 4-run game. In front of the biggest crowd this season at Eddie's Matthews Field. So big thank you to everyone in the Santa Barbara area coming out and supporting the Forsters on Independence Day. But now, a 1-2 pitch. That is away. Good take, 2-2.
Just being patient, waiting for the right one. Arm. Someone move over to the bullpen, but no one up and tossing just yet.
Adam Smaglick has given up a leadoff single and a base hit. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Sawyer Farr. It is in there, called strike 3, and Farr will go down looking. 1 down in the 7th.
Multiple times in that at-bat where Smaglick was just able to sneak the slider into the zone and got Sawyer Farr looking for a big out one for the Tigers.
Also that, with Farr retired, if he was able to reach base, bring the tying run to the plate in the form of a man who's Caden Miller, who already has a home run today. No doubter in the right. First pitch to Caden's away. Good take. Ball 1.
Going to foes off pitch, those first pitch sliders. Smaglick feeling like it is his best bet to find the zone early.
Mumot second. Chamberlain first. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. 4-run Tigers lead. 1-0 pitch is going to miss away. 2-0.
You know, Caden Miller in his freshman year at UTSA did have a multi-homer game against Texas in an 8-7 win back in March. Memory, sure, and can make more.
Tigers do have 7 runs. Comes a 2-0 pitch. Big swing, strike 1.
Yeah, and got the 2-0 you expect to get something to swing at, and that time Miller is going for it all.
After that home run, rolled into a fielder's choice, which ended the 5th inning. Notably, Nava, the third baseman, was pinched in a little bit. 2-1. Foul back. 2-2. So 2-2 now the count. Adam Smaglick, after striking out Farr, he went to the slider. And Farr batting from the left side as a switch hitter. What will Smaglick go to here? On a 2-2 count to Caden Miller. Fastball away, full count.
Full, the fastball. He's gone to it a couple times this inning outside, and it just hasn't clipped the zone, and time no difference, full count.
The last fastball at 90 from Adam Smaglick. First and second, 1 away. 3-2 pitch. That's going to hit him. Would have been ball 4, but Miller is going to have to wear it down to first base. Base is loaded, and that's going to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Zane Becker.
Just had to make it more dramatic as well. You could have just walked, but no. In a game where the tensions are rising, you hit the batter to load the bases to bring the tying run to the plate, and just like that, a mountain visit to Adam Smaglik, who has allowed 3 base runners. He's forced 4 faced here in the bottom of the 7th.
Batter will be Zane Becker, who is 2 for 2 with a walk. And we talked about some of the tough outs today. The Santa Barbara pitching staff with some of the Tigers going 3 for 3 with a walk. Well, Zane Becker's 2 for 2 with a walk and representing the tying run at the plate in a 4-run game, bottom of the 7th. It was a walk in the 2nd, base hit in the 4th, and also in the 6th. Tying run at the plate. It's going to hit him. It's coming in high. It's going to bring home a run. Zane Becker hit by a pitch. It's going to score Easton Mumaw. 4th run of the day for Santa Barbara, 3-run game.
I don't think that's how Zane Becker pictured his first RBI of the summer, but by any means necessary, Hunter.
Hit by a pitch to bring home Easton Mumaw. And now the tying run on base and the go-ahead run out the plate in the form of Gambardella. So it's a 7-4 lead, just 1 down in the 7th inning. And Vince, who had an RBI double today, go-ahead run at the plate. First pitch swinging into right. Here comes Radler, and he's going to not make the play. That ball is fair. 1 run in and down to second base. They're going to get a force out. That ball was dropped by Radler in right. Looked like it was in his glove, but Chamberlain is going to come in to score the 5th run of the day. Runners are going to be on the corners. Becker, a force-out victim, and Gambardella, an RBI single in the right.
Yeah, I mean, he had it, and it just fell out of his glove at the last moment. How unfortunate, man. I mean, for both sides, because it was just a bloop single. I mean, you got to play it risky there, you know. And then 2 out, pressure's mounting on the Sturs.
That is strike 1 on Nabarro. Well, actually, we'll see how it's scored with Gambardella.
Believe definitely a fielder's choice for the out.
So Vince will not pick up the hit. Reach on the fielder's choice. Here's an 0-1 Nabarro foul back. Strike 2.
Nabarro, here's a man who just a home run by a couple of feet for his first out back in the 2nd. Seen him been able to put barrel to bat so many times this summer.
With 2 down, runners on the corners in a 2-run game. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Runner's going to take off from first. It's going to miss high. It's ball 1. And down to second goes Gambardella. And now if Nabarro's able to put something in play with 2 in scoring position.
Gambardella's got good speed as well.
And Santa Barbara tie it in the 7th. 1-2 pitch into center field, and in center, he's able to make the play. Christensen, a diving play out towards second base to keep 2 more runs off the scoreboard. But Santa Barbara do push in 2 runs. Nice defensive play from Christensen to rob Nabarro of a base hit. And likely, instead of having a tied game, the inning continue on to the 8th. And the Tigers on top 7-5 over the Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569 line 1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Need a new copier for your office? Coastal Copy is the original copier dealer in the Tri-Counties and your authorized Kyocera dealer, offering complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Kyocera Task Alpha digital MFPs. And thanks to the latest in Kyocera mobile and cloud technology, we offer Kyocera's mobile print app, which allows you to access documents through your smartphone or tablet. Call us today to schedule your free assessment and quote.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Now in the 8th inning, Zeke Adderley, after striking out the side in the 7th, remains in this ball game. It is now a 7-5 Tigers lead. Santa Barbara pushing 2, as 2, 3, and 4 will be scheduled for the CA Tigers. Ball 1 from Adderley to Alec Nava.
You know, as the sun sets, it's starting to get a little cooler out, and Adderley, a lot of time off between top of the 7th and the top of the 8th now. As he come out, that's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of the California Tigers order.
Nava, Duarte, Guzman, Smith, and then if anyone reaches base, Vassell scheduled to face Adderley. 2-run game, top of the 8th. 2-0 pitch is sawed off, 2-1.
You don't know if it's a firework going off or if it's a ball landing on a car here.
I was trying to figure that out myself. But Adderley now a 2-1 pitch to Nava. Good breaking ball, strike 2.
Way to attack back in the zone. Couple of pitches away, but Adderley seems to have found it.
And now the 2-2 pitch to the leadoff man strikes him out. Adderley has faced 4 and struck out 4, 1 away in the 8th.
Now batting, number 33.
It's the Santa Barbara High School battery, separated by a good few years. Gambardella heading into his senior season. Zeke Adderley just graduated as a senior from high school. They are in touch right now. 4 strikeouts and 4 batters faced.
And that's going to bring up Alan Duarte Guzman. Strike 1. One away and the base is clear. Here comes an 0-1 pitch. That's upstairs, 1-1. Alon today is a fly out to right. It's been hit by a pitch, a base hit, and a shallow left. He's shown fielder's choice. He has plated 2 runs today for the CA Tigers. Here comes a 1-1. Fastball's flared, jammed near the hands and back into the screen. 1-2. There's a man warming up for Santa Barbara, Tyler Fino. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, Santa Barbara, at the top of the order scheduled, Kill, Clerk, and Muma. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Down 2-2.
I like that, though. Off speed from Adderley. Got a lot of drop on it. Just a little too outside and a little too low.
One down. The 2-2 pitch. Hard hit outside of first. Means nothing in 2-2, rather, for Duarte Guzman.
For the first time we've seen someone get bat to ball against Adderley all day. Just foul, though.
2-2 the count, with Adderley being the 3rd man out of the bullpen today. 2-2 pitch. In the left, over is Zane Becker. Just slides in, 2 out in the 8th.
Here comes the problem, man. Connor Smith.
Now batting, number 31, Connor Smith.
It's a 2-for-3 day. Had the home run. Walked last time around. This is the biggest test of Adderley's night so far.
2 down, bases clear. Remember, top of the order schedule for Santa Barbara on the last of this inning. First pitch strike, good slider from Adderley, 0-1. There's that home run, a fly out to center, a base hit in the left, an RBI walk for Connor Smith today. The Tigers walked in 2 runs in the 6th inning. Here comes a 0-1. That's away, ball and strike.
Slowed it down even more after the first pitch breaking ball. A lot of drop on that one. Smith wasn't tempted.
Working from the first base side of the hill. 1-1 pitch, that is down, both 2. Remember, it's not a non-CCL game. These 2 teams not facing again anytime this season. Oh, 2 down. Another 2-1 pitch. That drops in. 2-2. Connor Smith was ahead. Now a 2-2 count. And Zeke Adderley. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, but he went around, and Adderley has K'd 5. He has faced 6. What a day for Zeke Adderley. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order coming up. 2-run game. Kill, Clark, and Mumma. 7-5 lead for the Tigers.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
When it comes to your office equipment needs, call Coastal Copy. We're the largest independent office equipment dealership in the Tri-Counties, and as your locally owned authorized Savin dealer, Coastal Copy offers complete sales, service, and supplies on a full line of Savin digital copiers and MFPs, Savin color printers, digital duplicators, Savin wide format systems, digital presses, document management solutions, and more. That's Coastal Copy.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 1-800-995-8835.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and Santa Barbara trail by 2 runs to the California Tigers. There will be a new arm entering. Zach Vassell will take over after Adam Smaglik went 3 innings. Will be the right-hander to face the top 3 for Santa Barbara.
Saw your pitcher get 2 strikeouts, through 6 straight. You got some runs on the board. Now you got to some more to tie the game. Hopefully take the lead.
And if anyone's going to do it, it's just part of the order. Kill, Clark, Mumaw. If anyone gets on Chamberlain, 1-0 for TK. Here comes the second pitch from Vassell. A liner into left field. Berkovitz is there and will make the catch. 1 out in the 8th.
Oh, but he got a lot of that baseball.
A loud
It's
first
just
out.
Unlucky spot for it to head to. If it was just, couple feet to the right, couple feet to the left, that would have been a base hit and probably extra bases with kill speed instead. Perfectly positioned as the right fielder, Radler, to get a loud out one.
So 1 away. Base is clear. Here is Brenton Clark. If you can get on base, you bring the tying run to the plate. Ball 1 to Brenton.
Vassell, it was sophomore year at Los Medanos Junior College.
Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Brenton Clark. Big cut. 1-1, and Brenton's day is rolled into a fielder's choice. Stolen the bag. A base hit. Line out to right. Ground out to short. 5th time standing in today. Zach Vassell took care of Terrence Kill. That's not an easy thing. Here's a 1-1. That's well away. A lot of arm side run on that last pitch for ball 2. Tyler Fino remains up in the Santa Barbara pen, throwing. That is ball 3 for Brenton Clark, and we talk about guys who are tough outs in the lineup for the Tigers, and Clark consistently throughout the season is one of the toughest outs in the CCL.
And Smith thought he got him right there. He looked back to the ump like, was that not a strike?
So Vassell, now a 3-1 pitch to Clark, is ball 4, and Brenton is aboard. A 1-out walk to bring the tying run to the plate.
Now batting, number 23,
Clark.
Muma.
Don't be surprised to see him go at some point during this at bat.
1 stolen base today, 7 on the season. And Easton Mumaw, who had a base hit to start off the 7th inning, stands in for the 5th time. First pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. It's been a strikeout, sacrifice for Easton. A 2-base error when he reached on E8. And a base hit in a shallow right, scored a run. Cole Chamberlain is next in a 2-run game in the 8th. Here comes an 0-1 pitch. Left side and through for a base hit. It's going to be first and second. And the tying run now on base to bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Cole Chamberlain.
Now batting, number 8, Cole
So many times this season, seen the Stars get runners on past the bats. Question is, do they score the runs? Are they able to tie the game? Are they able to take the lead here?
Santa Barbara has never led in this game. The Tigers jumped out to an early 2-run advantage in the second. Santa Barbara responded and was kind of seesawing back and forth in the early innings. Tigers would score, home half the inning. The Foresters would score, but it opened up in the 5th and 6th when it was a 7-3 advantage. Tying run now on base.
They're crawling back into these games. You know, so many times the Stars fall behind, face adversity, and they're able to just fight through it. Hoping to be no different tonight.
Chamberlain has gotten aboard once today. It was a walk in the last inning. He scored a run. Go ahead run now at the plate. First pitch swinging and caught by the second baseman. Back to first, safe. No double play. Chamberlain lined out, and good work from Mumaw to scamper back and prevent a double play. But now 2 down in the 8th.
Oh, so easily could have been 2, Hunter.
Sawyer
Really nice job by Mumau getting back in time, and pressure on far now to at least get on. Was in this situation last time up and struck out looking against Smaglik. This is his first time facing Vassell.
That was a great play by Nathan Leffel, the second baseman today. Now the first pitch to Sawyer Farr on the outside corner, strike one.
And it was the off speed that got him. There was a couple of sliders in the zone that Farr fooled. Reached a couple times today, had back-to-back walks in the fourth and fifth. The dugout trying to get some rally.
Tying run at first. 0-1 pitch. In the left, out there is Berkovitz, and he will make the squeeze. Santa Barbara had two base runners, but they are left stranded in the 8th inning. On to the 9th we go. Tyler Fino coming in out of the pen. 7-5 lead for the Tigers.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Into the 9th inning. Tyler Fino will now pitch for Santa Barbara after Zeke Adderley faced 6, struck out 5. And 2 fantastic innings from the young pitcher.
Great innings. Great performance. Got his team back into the game.
First pitch is on the outside edge to Tino Vassell. So it's Vassell, Leffel, and Radler scheduled in this inning. Tigers lead by 2. Here comes an 0-1 to Vassell. On the corner, 0-2.
Fino's been main arms out of the pen for the Foresters all summer long. Had a really good performance against the Barons where he pitched 3 innings.
0-2 pitch. Sprayed back. Means 0-2.
And he's always been good to get a couple of strikeouts. Had 3 strikeouts against the Bombers a couple weeks back in his last performance against the Riptide. No runs allowed and struck out 1. Head here 0-2.
And we're coming up on 8 o'clock local time. Just probably around 8 o'clock, we'll start losing light pretty quickly. Here comes an 0-2 pitch. That's down, ball 1.
Official sunset time is supposedly 8:15. That's what Google is telling us.
But the leadoff man will now see a 1-2 pitch. And Fino will miss just away on the slider, 2-2.
Maybe fireworks will light the night sky to keep this game going.
2-2 pitch to Vassell. Popped up, left side. Farr goes out, but moving in is Becker. 1 down in the 9th.
And what that would be very like Sandlotty, huh?
So one away.
Good quick out and bring up
All right, fans.
Nathan LaFell.
Time for the beer batter.
His 5th time up, and
Cheer for beer.
this Eddie Matthews Field crowd hoping LaFell, who's reached all 4 times thanks to base hits, strikeout here as he is their beer batter.
He is 4 for 4, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. Strike one. What a day it has been for the number 6 batter.
And it's the 4th of July. Give them what they want.
Here comes an 0-1 pitch to Leffel. That's away, 1-1. In case you're wondering, 6, 7, and 8 will be scheduled in the last of the 9th. Miller, Becker, Gambardella. Currently the Stars down by 2. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play. Strike 2.
And it was final strike. Let's tighten up here, Fino.
Fino, the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Good eye from Leffel. Means 1-2. Next batter will be Jimmy Radler. But the base is clear, 1 away. Tyler Fino, the 4th man out of the bullpen today. 1-2 pitch. Just away, 2-2.
Gambardella tried to frame that one, but it definitely looked a little high and outside. Good call by the ump.
Another 2-2 pitch. Full count. Great work from Leffel, falling behind early. 3-2 now.
Battling.
The 7th pitch of the plate appearance. The 3-2 just tapped it in and out of the glove, it looked like. Stays alive.
Couldn't hang on for the people.
Now pitch number 8 to Nathan Leffel. Another 3-2 from Tyler Fino. Fouled off. And it's been a common theme this entire game, Nate. Some really good stuff from both sides at the plate, fouling off pitches.
Yeah, long at that's one of the reasons why we're playing until sunset, it feels like.
Here comes pitch number 9. Another 3-2. Ball 4. And a 1-out walk, and Nathan Leffel aboard for the 5th time today. 4 for 4. Now reaching on a 1-out walk in the 9th.
With a taunt to the crowd. They wanted that strikeout so bad. But Leffel basking in it.
And Fino finding a ground ball. Batter's now Jimmy Radler. That's on the corner, strike 1. Radler's gone 1 for 4. Ground out back to the hill, base hit. RBI single in the center. Reached on a fielder's choice. Fly out to right. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Really good delivery from Tyler.
And a big cut from Radler.
Next batter would be Josh Woodworth. 4 minutes outside of 8 o'clock. 0-2 pitch. Strikes him out. 2 down in the 9th.
Made up for lost time. 3 strikes
Now batting
to get Radler down swinging.
Josh Woodworth.
So with 2 out, here's Josh Woodworth.
Last time up was the first of 4 strikeout victims in a row thanks to Zeke Adderley.
So good from Zeke. Adderley faced 6 and struck out 5 in the 7th and 8th innings. Leffel remains at first. 2-run game in the 9th. Comes a 1-0 pitch. That's going to get away on a wild pitch, and down to second goes Nathan Leffel. And if the DH, who has 2 hits today, is 2 for 3 with a walk and puts something in play, a 3-run lead versus a 2-run lead, much different in the bottom of the 9th.
Absolutely, Hunter. Got to get this out now. Much added pressure.
So now 2-0 for Woodworth. Big cut, strike one.
Chase the high heat.
Infield is straight away, but a lot of real estate. Or rather, Terrence Kill more slid over towards second base. A lot of real estate on the right side of the infield. 2-1 pitch. Inside ball 3. The next batter would be Connor Berkovitz. As we start to hear some murmur of fireworks going off.
Those aren't firecrackers, I was going to say.
3-1 pitch. Popped up right side. Going back is Mumaw. And it's going to be Easton to camp out under it to retire the side. Tyler Fino works around a 1-out walk, and we're going on to the last of the 9th. Miller, Becker, Gambardella scheduled in a 2-run game.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Santa Barbara will have 6, 7, and 8 scheduled. Zach Vassell remains in this game. 2-run ball game.
In a 4th of July baseball game that has delivered so much. Home runs, fights between coaches, big strikeouts, just some in general weirdness and great vibes at the ballpark. How else would you want it to deliver than the bottom of the 9th?
Miller squared around to bump, but that ball will go into the fencing above the first base dugout, strike one.
And what better than to have Caden Miller. Man, he tied it back in the 4th, back up here in the 9th to kickstart something.
Miller's gotten on board 3 times today. He's been hit by a pitch. That was last time he was up. Can he get on base? Going to see a ball away. 1-1 the count.
Although with this lighting, I feel like the advantage is to the pitchers, then to the batters, and then the defense is probably going to have the hardest time. If ball's hitting the air, it might be hard to locate it without any stadium light to assist.
That's ball 2 inside. That's a great point, as that's starting to hit that time of night where a little bit of texture in the air and things just aren't quite as sharp in terms of your visuals. Vassell, 2-1 pitch to the leadoff man. Upstairs, ball 3 on deck is Zane Becker.
Great take. That is such a tough take right there. Just at the top of the zone, just outside. Really good job by Caden Miller to tighten up.
Here comes a 3-1 pitch. Right side, here is Duarte Guzman. He will retire Caden Miller, 1 down in the 9th.
Yeah, headers count. Got something to swing at and just softly tapped over to first. A tough out one to bring up Zane Becker, who has reached all 4 times he's come up today.
A walk, 2 hits, and an RBI hit by pitch. The base is clear, 1 away. He'll take a first pitch ball from Zach Vassell. Gambardella will be next. But here's a 1-0 pitch. Inside, nearly hit him. 2-0.
DeSalle's fallen behind a couple times now. Got to wait for the right pitch for Zane Becker.
2-0 delivery. That's on the outside edge. 2-1. And Becker thought he was ahead 3-0 and said it's 2-1.
I thought he did too, man. That looked to be out of his zone to me.
2-1 pitch. Strike 2. And after you feel like you're ahead 3-0, you're now at a 2-2 count. That's tough to just mentally overcome.
Yeah, and I might have been a swing of frustration right there from Becker.
Base is clear, 1 down. Vasel's got himself back in the count. 2-2 pitch. Check swing. No swing, full count.
Nice job by Becker. The body started to go around, but the bat didn't. Full count.
Gambardella next. Santa Barbara have 2 outs to work with. Down by 2 runs. Comes a 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And a 1-out walk for Zane Becker. And yet again, he is on base. He's 5 for 5 for getting on base. 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch to bring up Vince Gambardella and the tying run to the plate.
And in a similar spot to where the previous, strike 1 was called. And just outside, and that time Blue gave him the call.
First pitch to Gambardella is going to take a strike. 0-1. It's been RBI double, fielder's choice, a strikeout. Then RBI fielder's choice back in the 7th and a stolen base. Tying run at the plate in the 9th inning. 0-1. Ball away, ball and a strike.
Yeah, I mean, this is the man who bullpen was rallying behind in the early parts of the game. They are intently watching it on from the dugout.
The tying run is at the plate for Santa Barbara. 1-1 pitch, big swing from Vince, strike 2.
I like the aggression there. Really swinging for the fences.
On deck stands Makani Nabarro, but right now it's with Vince Gambardella. Comes a 1-2 pitch. In the center field, it is a base hit for Vince. Scooped up by Christensen. And that's going to bring the winning run to the plate, 1st and 2nd for Makani Nabarro.
Now batting number 7.
Gambardella delivers yet again. 2 on. They kept Becker at 2nd, and what I think was the right call from third base coach Steve Shuck. And there's going to be a pinch runner coming in. Easton Ruley in for Zane Becker, the lead man. And it makes a lot of sense. Ruley is one of the fastest guys on the team.
Easton Ruley now at 2nd base to pinch run. Vince Gambardella picks up his 2nd hit of the day. Tying run on base. Winning run at the plate to Makani Nabarro. First pitch, sawed off, out of play, strike 1.
High pitch out of his zone, swinging at it. And aggressive.
Makani today. Reached base once, no knocks. Past 8 o'clock. Here comes a 0-1 pitch to Makani. That's away. 1-1.
Swung on the pitch in a very similar spot. Makes sense why Vassell went to it again, but Connie not giving in.
And with 2 on, just a single out. It is worth noting the man standing on deck is Terrence Kill. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Big cut from Makani, strike 2.
Barrow. He can put, every single time he makes contact with a ball to get it in play, it is barreled. Sometimes it's unlucky right to an outfielder. Sometimes it finds a gap.
The air you feel is much heavier now compared to what it was earlier today. But Navarro behind in the count. Comes a 1-2 pitch from Vassell. Good take, 2-2. Easton Rulli, the pinch runner at second. Vince Gambardella, after a clutch hit, is at first. Winning run is at the plate. Tying run on base. 2-2 to Navarro. High full count.
Fantastic take.
Terrence Kill is on deck. Count is full. One down, bottom of the ninth. 3-2 pitch to Navarro. Popped up. It's going to stay in the infield. It's an infield fly. 2 out. So the infield fly rule in effect for the second out. And that's going to bring up Terrence Kill the second. Well, Nate, it's another situation for TK where the tying run is on base. He represents the winning run. And dwindling daylight here on Independence Day.
And it will be clutch just to get on. I mean, knowing TK, he wants it all.
Santa Barbara down to their final out. And it will be Terrence Kill to hit. First pitch is down. Ball 1.
But he's going to be patient in his at-bat, you know. Rarely swings on the first pitch.
Tying run on base for Santa Barbara. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. In the right field, shallow. Radler will not be able to make the play. Easton Rulli will score, and the tying run will be 90 feet away, and Terrence Kill keeps the line moving. It is now a 7-6 ball game. Tying run 90 feet away, and the winning run now on base.
He's done it again, Hunter. A clutch knock. It wasn't pretty. It really wasn't pretty. A bloop single into the shallowest of right field. But Terrence Kill delivers yet again. The runner from second scores. Gambardella with his speed goes first to third, and just like that, runners in the corners, 2 out. Brenton Clark with an opportunity to tie it here in a race against time.
So here's Brenton Clark. We have noted throughout this season, even today, how good he has been throughout this season getting on base. Terrence Kill, another clutch hit under the gun with 2 out. Has kept the line moving. Scores the 6th run of the day. Tying run 90 feet away, and the winning run on base. First pitch to Brenton is foul, just barely outside of first.
Thankfully it went foul because that was fielded by Kirarte Guzman.
Strike 1 on Clark.
All you have to do is get on and just advance Kill to second, because with Muma on deck,
Yes.
that's a hit into an outfield. It's probably walking it off.
At one point, it was a 7-3 lead for the Tigers. Comes a 0-1 for Clark. That's away 1-1.
Gutsy take.
Gambardella 90 feet away from tying this game. Clark at first base, one of the best runners, represents the winning run. As it continues to get darker here at Eddie Matthews Field, here comes a 1-1 to Brenton Clark. That's away, 2-1. And Zach Vassell, who entered in this 8th inning, the game remains in his hands. Comes a 2-1 pitch. Kill's going to take off. It's going to be ball 3. 3-1 now the count, and the winning run now in the scoring position.
Really not surprising to see TK go, and even less surprised to see the throw not come, because you got to hold on to it if you're the catcher with the runner 90 feet away from tying the game.
Winning run at second. 3-1 pitch is on the edge. Full count. And Santa Barbara down to their final strike, and Clark thought he had base on balls.
I think we all did.
Santa Barbara down to their final strike, and with 2 out, second and third. 3-2 pitch is ball 4. Brenton Clark works a walk. And that's going to bring up Easton Muma with the bases loaded. Winning run at second.
We're just a minute away from sunset, bases loaded, and 2 down.
It is now Easton Muma, winning run at second. Strike 1.
The entire ballpark felt the force on that ball.
Ben Scambardella is at third base. He represents the tying run in this game. But with the speed with Terrence Kill, Muma, what can he do? 0-1 pitch away. 1-1.
With nowhere to put him, a walk ties it. You're used to Muma. Be patient. Wait for your pitch.
Here comes the 1-1. Ball 2. And don't forget what Terrence Kill and Brenton Clark have done with 2 down. An RBI single and a walk to continue this game and give Santa Barbara life. Tying run at second. Winning run at second. 2-1 pitch is a fly ball into center. Out there is Christensen, and he is able to make the play, and that is the ball game. A 7-6 win for the California Tigers right at sunset. And Santa Barbara will come up 1 run short with the bases loaded, but what a thrilling game.
A game well-deserved for America's 249th. Came down to the sunset. It was a race against time. I was ready to say maybe if you got really across the plate, the game could have ended as a tie in the most un-American
honestly.
result possible. A tie game, but no, what a result. And yeah, the team shaking hands. What a game. This game had everything. Home runs, fights, great strikeouts, and a great crowd. And there's no better way to celebrate July 4th than some good baseball like what we saw today.
The Stars will come up just short. But what a game. Again, the final score 7-6. Be a non-countable game. Won't go everything that happened today for the Foresters. Pitching offensively will not go in the official stat sheet. But Santa Barbara will conclude this little homestand. We'll be on the road tomorrow to finish the game that was suspended on June 10th against Arroyo Seco. That game will resume at 4:30 local time, and then 45 minutes after that game will be completed. The real game, which was scheduled for tomorrow, will be played. So a game and change to be played tomorrow. And the Stars back at home on Sunday against the Saints. Final thoughts on this one and moving forward, Nate?
Easily. I mean, I know we had that craze again against the Riptide, but to me, the fans, the crowd, the energy, the moment, this is the game of the summer. And it was a loss, which really speaks to how exciting it was.
Again, the final score, the California Tigers take it down to the wire, 7-6 victory. Stars will be on the road tomorrow, but for the entire team, the entire staff, for Nate Martin, I am Hunter Shoemake, saying so long from Santa Barbara. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow when the Stars are back in action on the road.
Thank you.